Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in a description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and I'm surprised myself. It's not love based. We do have a schedule. We do have things ongoing. So those of you that are looking for the love readings, I promise they're coming. I have at least 3 in the works, but it is the full moon in Leo, and I have never been one of the readers to kind of align all of my readings to the full moon, but I don't know, every now and then I get an urge, and I'm up super early, hence the lighting, why it's the way that it is, to kind of get this rolling. So I don't know, I'm excited to see what's going to come out. We'll lead with general messages from spirit and all of the things. You'll see blessings, positive surprises, good karma, luck, all of the things come through, because I don't feel like antsy. I just feel like, oh, there's messages that need to be read today. So we'll get them for you. We'll get them for you. And since I kind of already have an idea that I want to do these like non-love readings, the keys specifically, as well as the bird readings, possibly quarterly, may as well start January. So I'm not going to delay this any further. I will hop right into the verbal description for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to choose that way, this is that time. Pile 1 is a white barn owl. Pile 2 is a red hummingbird. Inside joke for those of you that have been around, an actual one. Pile 3 is the blue jay. Pile 4 is the red cardinal. So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my white barn owls. This is your reading. So I'm going to lead with, for those of you that are new, I do read past, present, as well as incoming energy. I also read in a polarity. So there's often a light or a shadow, regardless of what we want to see, right? Usually the shadow will find its way to the light, depending on the lesson, the journey. And you could be at either stage at any period of your life. And you can actually be at various stages of it. Oh, okay, not for this pile, got it. I'm just scratch that, because as soon as I started to say it, it's like, no, don't say that. So I won't say that. Not for this pile, apparently, specifically. Maybe I'll say it in the next 3. But yeah, just find yourself in a lesson, find yourself in the journey, and you can have multiple piles. All right, so I'm gonna hop right into it. I love using my spirit animal oracle to start this specific reading. Something about timing is very, very pivotal for this pile, because let me move my tablet. I have my tablet with the thumbnail, right? So that as I do my intro, and I'm saying that 1 minute and 11 seconds of recording your pile. So something, numbers, timing, something has to happen at the right moment, at the right time, just some like very specific for this pile. I don't know what that means yet. It's just channeled energy coming in, but the screen went blank, right? It's not set to a timer or anything. So right when I started your reading, the screen went blank. All right, so something, it may be time for something to transition. Maybe something has transitioned and you're here to see why. What will come for it, I'm not sure, but that's not happened. I always have that up. And I always have that tablet up as I'm doing the readings, just in case I want to like look at it, to really stare at the pile selection to see why I may be channeling certain messages, like what may have called you to it, and it went blank. So I don't need to look at that owl spirit. Some of you, this owl spirit may be a past spirit, right? Maybe past energy. Maybe you are seeing owls, or you were seeing owls, and now you're like, okay, why? Especially if this is a history, this may be past energy coming through, or kind of, I heard the word omen, something, a guide, right? Something leading you to either where you are now or your next stages. Again, it will be different for all of you, because it is past, present, as well as incoming. So we'll work to get that. We'll look at it, but I don't feel like I want it. I love it. Number 11, butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. Okay, so I don't want it. I'm going to stand by that. Okay. You may be seeing butterflies, but you see there's tons of butterflies being born from that one, as well as a crown, but transformation is beautiful. So some of you are here regarding an ending or pending any ending. Okay. Go watch my other readings if you're new. I have other bird readings as well as key readings. I will try to sort them to make it easier for you to find. So tell me about This pile number 1. What does this pile need to know? What's the positive blessings coming in? Oh, the very detailed, something specific, okay? I normally say you guys are trying to be too specific in a lot of instances, but this pile, and I said it at 3, 2, 1, so a lot of you are really into details. You may be hyper fixating on details, or you're not paying attention to certain details, okay? And again, we'll find where you fall, hopefully, as I develop this, but you can see, I'll slide it up into frame. Your card landed on the tarot, which is the descriptors, okay? So what do we have? Flamingo spirit. So ironically enough, this is confirmation that you are meant for this reading, because I ended up going with the birds that I went with, but I did hear flamingo. I'm like, I'm not doing a flamingo. It's January. Like, I don't feel like that's a bird that really like aligns with like winter. So I wasn't like gonna put that on the thumbnail. But some of you, if I do it in the future, maybe you'll want the maybe you'll want the flamingo if I get to that bird, or this is your confirmation if you've been seeing that or getting hints, okay? But embrace the in-between, okay? Embrace the in-between. So some of you are transitioning, right? You're in a transitional stage, hence why I kind of kept feeling an emphasis on past. You're in between. Some of you are in a stage of transition, okay? So it hasn't come to a close yet, and you may lack a little bit of patience in laying things to rest, right? Like, so again, there may be some of you on the side that are dragging, moving too slow, and closing a cycle, but there are others of you that are like, yep, it's dead, let's move on. But again, it just that things don't transition, especially in the material plane, that quickly, right? Like, there's certain steps that have to be taken, certain things that have to be made. Like, it takes time, okay? So just be a little patient, okay? Let me see. Truth transcends illusion. Look at you, my butterfly spirits, you're back. So definitely have messages for you. I've been channeling a butterfly spirit for a few months now, I think. So truth transcends illusion. So those of you where there's a lot of confusion, because I'm getting a lot of messages. I'm trying to spit them out, but I also feel like I'm rambling and not quite making sense. You may be around a lot of energy, or you may be in energy of not really feeling like you're making sense. Just know that whatever steps you feel called to take, like very clearly called to take, even if they don't quite make sense, it's for your highest good. If you feel like you're being asked to do something that doesn't make sense, and you know, like you're like, this does not make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? Don't sit in confusion, okay? Don't sit in confusion. And if you need to sit until you come out of confusion, do that as well. I know this feels very confused. This pile almost feels like one that may be a little bit panicky, okay? Like, don't panic. Don't make decisions from a position of panic, okay? Like, ground your energy, okay? Embrace the in-between. Truth transcends illusion, okay? Sometimes you just need to take space until you're grounded, okay? Maybe some of you need to do that. Maybe that's step one, is take space until you're grounded, and then decide, because truth transcends illusion. And that's also a protection message for you of you're going to be safe no matter what, okay? No matter what's going on. I don't know what's going on, because it feels a little bit like some of you in a pile are panicking, okay? And I don't know why, okay? Just transitions, I guess, could be scary. I could see that. So let me pull more details. Embrace the in-between. Truth transcends illusion. Some of you, from a blessing perspective, so big, and I know I say a lot, I could be a bit of a dramatic reader, but I'm not, like, it's not dramatic. So I read the energy as it comes through me, and everything is relative. So big could be, for you, something that's huge for you may not be huge for someone else, right? And vice versa. So it will be big in your eyes when it comes through. A lot of you, the transition that is currently occurring for you, right? Like what's happening right now, whatever ending, whatever in between, whatever you think is going on. Because I'm not laughing at you, but I feel like maybe half of you are panicking and shouldn't be. Like, I feel a really anxious energy. Whatever's happening, you can't even see how great it's going to end up. So if you have a decision that feels right, that may not be logical, I get that. I've gotten that a lot lately. Or if you feel something in your spirit, like if you truly feel it, like not la la land or whatever, like truly feel something, it's going to work out in a way that you would not have expected. It's going to work out in a way you today don't even have the capacity to fully comprehend. So future you is already like celebrating. If we want to like use a good like analogy, like you in the future would come back and be like, you have no idea what's in store, okay, with what's currently either being presented or currently transitioning out. That's where you are. Like you've got something coming that's so big that you truly don't have the scope, the perspective to comprehend it yet. That's great. Look at you. I love it. Like this is honestly some of that anxiety. I heard the word paranoia. Some of that anxiety is incoming because whatever's coming in for you, Pawan. Oh, I got excited for you. Look at you. Whatever's coming in for you is like as each blessing or because I get multiple, as each blessing comes in for you, you'll be like, oh my gosh, is this real life? Like, is this something that could actually happen, right? Like, this is something I'm working towards, or something landed in my lap, or blah, 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 blah. Like, some of you, like, you're like, each minor blessing will still feel, I heard the word magnetic, which makes absolutely no sense. I actually got all three of my cards. Some of you is going to hit you all at once. Well, I don't know what word, like, you're not even going to have the words to describe the blessing. Because like I'm looking for a word that kind of like means like larger than life or just expansive, that like, you know what I mean, like a descriptor of that. And then all three of your cards hit. So you're not even going to have the words. You're not even going to know what to say. You may ramble like I am now. Like you may be really nervous, antsy, and all of the things. But like, I don't know, something about what's coming in for you, it's huge. Like it may feel scary, it may feel wrong, because embrace the in-between and truth transcends illusion feels like a veil, like can't see clearly, like it feels like confusion or uncertainty, this combination, right? Okay, so I don't know, but it's great. And then like it's all gonna hit you at once because I've got three cards. So let me see what this is. All right, I'm excited. Queen of Elixirs. Look at that beauty potion, beautiful life. Okay, some of you, because of by nature of this card, from this specific day, beauty potion, some of you it's a physical glow up. So if you have health goals, wellness goals, fitness goals, boom, that's you. Like you're gonna look so good, feel so good, be in the healthiest space you've ever been. Okay, by nature of this, especially if you're just starting a wellness journey, a health journey. If some of you are here for your health, obviously go take the active measures, listen to your doctors and the professionals around you that kind of are leading you, supporting you on your journey. I see you don't even see yet what's in store for you, okay? You don't even see. You don't even realize where you'll be, how you'll look, how you'll feel, okay? When we talk about anything, those of you that are like into really creative energy, just looking for fulfillment of spirit and just joy and pleasure overall, as this queen represents, not gender specific, you'll see a beautiful life. You'll feel very good. You're just, if we're talking current or past, right? That's a transition to this space, okay? And look, we've got the world, okay? We've got the world. And the world is a closing of a cycle. It's the end of something, but it's also fruition of something. So it could be kind of a bit of a harvest of after lots of work, after building, diligently working towards something, or just persevering through circumstances that may or may not be within your control, seeing the results. Because again, closing of a cycle, you have to take things with you for better, for worse. So when a cycle closes, even if it feels bad in some sense, there are lessons, there's knowledge, there's wisdom to take with you to the next cycle, right? And that's in the worst shadow sense. But this is not a heavy shadow pile. This feels like a pile that has had a lot of shadow and is possibly paranoid due to it. Because this feels like a, you know what? Embrace the in-between and truth transcends illusion feels paranoid and like not trusting it, like a too good to be true kind of a vibe. Like you're on edge, like it's a not trust it. It's like a I don't trust it. Like, oh no, I don't trust it. That's the vibe, okay? Especially since you have here the Seven of Blades, okay? Which is kind of a sneaky energy, can be conniving in a dominant sense, okay? What I see here is essentially the lightest sense of that I want to lead with, because it's gentler and it's not as heavy. Seven of Blades at the end of the cycle is you don't know what's at the end of the cycle. So like if we're talking about the key readings, if you come from those, it's like what's behind the door. I don't know yet. I'm telling you, it's larger than life. It's bigger than you could have the capacity to see behind the door. So close the door, go back to the key readings, because this feels like a heavy in between, living in illusion. Close the door. You don't know what's coming because it's that good. Okay. It's that good. You've never experienced it before. So you do not have the capacity to see, right? Like sometimes we get so fixed in our limited experiences, because everyone has a limited experience. Doesn't matter how experienced you are still limited in your perspective in some sense. So you've not experienced the blessings that are coming in, or that have come in that are now available to you yet. Hence why you cannot see. Okay. So you have to rely on your instincts and also logic and common sense, but you can't let fear stop you from progressing and developing and ascending in life. Okay. Very key message. Shadow side of that is sneaky, conniving energy that could be around you. Some of you, that is your history, right? Like that could, like when I say history, I mean it could have been energy you were around, like in your environments of a sneaky, predatory, because it's that card, one word, if we had to use one word to describe it in its traditional shadow sense, is thief, right? It's someone like stealing off the swords in the dead of night, like trying not to get caught, usually not, right? So if you've had that around you, that's what you're expecting. But I do see a cycle closing as it relates to that energy. Now, those of you where that energy has been you as a personality, you're being forced out of it, okay? Or have been forced out of it, okay? Like any transitions you're experiencing, you have to change. That's what I heard, okay? You're being forced out of it, or will be soon. Again, past, present, incoming energy at the bottom. Six of Elixirs. We talk about the past. Look at that. Labs. Okay, labs talk about experimentation and working. Sparrow. So you may be seeing sparrows. I've never noticed that before, but labs. You may be I even heard, like when I said labs, I was thinking white coat lab, but now I'm also hearing like lab like dog. So that could be relevant for some of you. Like I got a glimpse of one very prominently in my third eye. But Six of Elixirs is past. Okay? It's past energy, possibly past life energy. But it also helps support that World card, that ending, closing of a cycle, especially those stemming from like childhood, as that card can represent as well. Okay, so patterns, habits, circumstances stemming from your past coming to a close to help ascend you further forward to your next era of life. This is a next era of life, pal. That's all that paranoia, I don't trust it, anxiety energy. You're shifting to a whole new life. And I know that sounds very dramatic, but a whole new life can be as simple, because I don't downplay anyone's transitions. I love when people make milestones and are like doing the first thing that they've ever done, or first thing of their family and bloodline. But some of you, like especially if you're young, it will be as simple as, oh, I'm the first to go to college in my family. That's scary because it's foreign to you. You don't know that life. Things like that. So, like I said, whatever thing is coming in, stepping in, is going to be very great. You're going to be very successful. It is a blessing. You'll be very fortunate, but it will kind of close a past cycle that either you've been in or that you've kind of been stuck in, right? So let me pull from these astrology-based oracle decks. It's a general message because a lot of you, like, honestly, that transition is going to be different for all of you. And honestly, some of you, I'm not even allowed to say what it is yet, at least at this point of the reading, because like you don't even know what it is, right? Like you truly do not have the capacity to see. You're going to be pushed or are being pushed to something that is completely foreign to you, because the life that you want and or are meant to live, again, you do not have the capacity to have that foresight for it yet. Okay, like you've not experienced anything like it. So let me see. Tell me more about the blessings coming in. I said it. I didn't mean to knock all the stand, but maybe you need your attention called back to the reading. 2, house 2, another bird. There's a lot of birds here, but it says, what does it say? Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. I love this energy. Why? because that Queen of Elixirs being your first card out means that not only will you be financially stable in a sense of having everything you need, but you'll have everything you need in a sense of being able to do all the things you want to do as well. Queen of Elixirs lives a beautiful life, right? It's literally a perfume bottle, right? It's a beauty potion. It's like, in order to have a beauty potion, you have to have all of the things that enable you to live like a lavish life. Like, I say lavish, it's not, doesn't need to be lavish, but just comfortable, doing things that you want and enjoy to do, right? That's what's coming in. House 2, it is Taurus energy, which really much so aligns with that beauty potion. It's ruled by the sign of Venus. So you have a very Venus-like life coming in, regardless of gender. Everyone needs to be living some sort of a Venus influence. It's not healthy to not, you know. So all of you, you know what I'm saying? Because you need financial security at a minimum. So, which this card represents. And that is something you're going to have, especially if you've not had that before or on a level that you're very unfamiliar with. So those of you where like financial security has not been a thing, you're going to have more assets than you kind of are familiar with handling. Okay. So don't get lost in that as well, because that could be a potential shadow of not knowing what to do with that kind of finances and wealth, or just money in general. Managing it effectively, like not self-sabotaging, but you have it coming in. Okay. Self-worth, just in general, regarding your health, wellness, looks, all of that is coming in grounded. But again, Taurus, house 2 energy, assets, money, your stuff. Okay. And this is not just assets and money. This is specifically your assets and money. So you have things coming in, financial blessings coming in that are yours specifically. Okay. So if you're worried about that, that being the first card should let you know that wherever you're headed, don't let your past, I heard the word poverty, or just impoverished perspective, slow you down towards whatever path you're on or wanting to take, so that you can ascend. Because I don't know, whatever is coming in for you, the main message so far is, do not let your fear of what is unknown or unfamiliar stop you from coming up, specifically physically. And that includes finances, okay? Oh, that's 2. We'll take them both. House 9. What did I say? House 9 rules the things that are kind of unfamiliar to us, right? That's Sagittarius, Jupiter-based energy. Now that is luck and that is expansion. So I love that the house that rules that comes up for this pile, because you've got luck and expansion coming in. But you will have to change. You will have to grow beyond your limited perspective to attain this, because this talks about higher education. So some of you are here for the development, right? Whether we're talking about career or just academic development, you're developing as a person in some way, some skills that will lead to financial security or growth. Okay. But you have to be willing to grow. That's the only way it's going to happen. What I was going to say is house 9 rules travel. It rules foreign cultures, right? It rules religion and spiritual ascension, but it rules things that are unfamiliar to us. So this would be foreign cultures and lands and all of the things. So some of you, it literally is a foreign land. Some of you, it's literally a foreign culture. But a lot of you, it's just knowledge that you have to learn, right? Again, higher education, knowledge that you need or are acquiring that will put you in a perspective that is not currently or has not historically been available to you. I love it. And we have the opposing sign, right? This is all about knowledge. This is all about your money and your stuff and the knowledge that you need to get where you want to go. Sagittarius, house 9, Gemini, house 3. Here's the axis. It says curiosity, intellect, and networking. Okay. Those will be key themes. Okay. The 3rd and 9th house axis rules education, spiritual development, ascension, mental development and ascension, and the ability to kind of interact with the environment around us, whether local or, again, unfamiliar, right? Because Gemini is your short travels. It is your what's within your vicinity. So short drives, your local community, things like it's your childhood, again, more early childhood, the areas and cultures you grew up in. House 9 is exploring cultures that are not your own, knowledge that is not privy to you naturally in this younger developmental stage, right? So it's the ascension from what you learned growing up to, oh, let me go out in the world and see what's really available to me beyond the limitations of my upbringing, my ancestry, all of those things, right? That's where we are in this pile. I love that for you. Mercury. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Lots of Mercury-based energy here, okay? So right now we've got Gemini, Sagittarius axis, third, ninth house axis. Those will be key themes. Look that up in your chart if you're into astrology, or even if you're interested in learning, or if you just want to know third, ninth house, Gemini, Sagittarius, where that is in your chart. Key themes. Key themes, okay? Mercury rules the sign of Gemini as well as Virgo. It rules intellect, knowledge, communication. So anything related to that, especially if we're talking careers that require communication, short travels, far travels, networking, that will be a push. You're actually being pushed to go out a lot more if you have not been, only because there's a heavy communication, expansive based energy, and it's going to be beneficial to your assets. Okay, here, right? This is expansion. This is outside locally. This is communication. All right, huge themes. Okay, and it could just be as simple as learning, developing skills that will lead to more possessions. Okay. But I mean, you got lots of learning, lots of development, lots of money, lots of networking, lots of communication, lots of talking coming in. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's what you want, because I could see some community influence, but that's what's coming in. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Okay, so Pisces has stepped on the table, but it's the full moon, okay, which occurs during Virgo season. Heavy Mercury-based energy. You may either have you may be Mercury dominant, whether it's just a prominent Mercury in your chart, whether you have Gemini placements, Virgo placements, or if you just need to be communicating more. I don't know, but balance, spirituality, and practicality was coming in, especially those of you that are very religious. House 9 kind of rules that, as well as Pisces energy. You're going to see some kind of results of things you've been praying for. You're going to see an ascension of yourself as a person, development and you as a person related to your religious practices, right? Like some self-growth, especially those of you that have kind of had more of a shadow side of a personality that kind of identify with some of that sneaky thief, whatever energy historically, right? People always grow and evolve. If that's been you, I see where you're not like that or won't be like that going forward, or forced in a situation where you have to begin to step out of that, for your highest good, because balancing spirituality and practicality, your spirit is what kind of manifests your 3D. So as long as you're aligned with some nasty energy, you'll attract that to you, right? And it doesn't even have to be like a predatory nasty energy. It could just be like depression and anxiety. That's not a healthy space to be in consistently. You attract a lot of situations that kind of feed into that, right? So you'll be clearing that, because that's also house 12 energy of those types of situations. But you'll see things manifest in the 3D for your highest good. Spirituality to practicality, as above, so below. You're being encouraged also to stop living in your head. A lot of this Mercury energy could be in your head. It rules the mind, right? Don't be in your head so much. Go outside and do things. All right. So let me get, look at that. Don't let your past hold you back. And the South Node, some of you cling to your past, but South Node in reverse means that it could potentially mean it's time to step more into your North Node, where you're meant to go, where you're meant to develop and evolve, which literally everything I've already said. Okay. So development, insecurity, your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. It's early stages. Okay. Very, very early stages in whatever it is you're asking about or this is resonating for. It's so early that it doesn't seem stable, because it's not yet. It's not real yet. Doesn't mean that you need to be concerned that it won't stabilize or that it won't be stable, because it will. You just, again, it's so early, you cannot see. Your commitment is being tested. Some of you, because balance, spirituality, and practicality, your commitment is being tested. I'm actually hearing, and I don't know that I've heard this before, whatever you've prayed for, whatever you manifested, because a lot of you with your various religions, whatever you did religiously and prayed for or asked for, it's here now, or it's coming in very quickly. And it's like, oh, well, let's see if you actually want it, because you asked for this or something like this. and we're giving it to you. So like, are you going to do it, or are you going to be scared? That's kind of the question. Okay. Like, will you actually go for it? I'm going to take, I got to figure out where I'm going to put this. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. You're close to achieving your goal. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I've mentioned before that I don't need these cards, and I say it jokingly, but I truly don't. And like, listen, a win-win outcome is forecast. You're close to achieving your goal. Do you want it? Like, go for it. Things will work out. So whatever perceived risk, because some of you, I was going to say, I just get so many messages that I try not to lose them, which is why I move so quick. Watch these. It's a recording. Watch it more than once if you need to. I just don't want to lose the message. But some of you, it's really as simple as whatever you're worried about, scared of, paranoid about, risk you think you're taking, it's not even a real risk. It just feels like one to you because it's not something either you've ever considered or would have considered or think would have thought of. And it's something you've not been exposed to before. Because again, the people around you with that house 3, house 9 axis, the people around you have not done the types of things you're doing or exploring. So you don't really have a roadmap. You're kind of going at it, you know what I'm saying? Like blind faith, but it's not blind faith. There's a clear path. There's clear steps, right? Especially, this is how you know if you're taking a calculated risk and not just being crazy. Logical. If there's a clear path, if there's a clear roadmap, if someone has taken this path before, right? If there are people that have taken this path before, right? Especially where you have them available to you, it's not a risk. Like, people have done it before. Like, it's steps. It's just foreign to you, house 9, right? And if you sit with your spirit and you really think about it, you'll see past the illusion of the limitations that you've imposed on yourself, because you see certain things, certain lifestyles, certain paths, possibly career paths, as things that people like you don't do, whether for a variety of reasons. Could be gender, could be race, could be ethnicity, could truly just be cultural, could be language based, okay? Something about it, it just feels like, oh, this is not something me or people in my family would have done. Okay? But there are other people that are doing it, a lot of people possibly in some instances, with all of this expansive energy doing something that are, and it's really like, it's working. But there's a clear path. There's a clear path to development. It's not just hoping for the best, right? Like, you pray about it, but like, there's a clear path to success. You need to know, like, you can do it, okay? Especially when we talk about school. Emotions are running high, right? Again, some of you are not trusting your intuition. It's being veiled, I'll say, by your emotions. Like, your intuition's being a little veiled by your actual emotions. That worry, that paranoia. Just kind of sit with yourself. Like, read the logical steps. I mean, a lot of this feels like there's documentation available. Read the documentation. Read the text, right? What does it say? Because a lot of you, there's a lot of paperwork on my table. Okay, what does it say? And if it makes sense, it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, full moon in Libra. Anything, okay, whatever you're talking about right now, if you're watching real time, okay, especially if you've been working on something since whatever past Virgo season has happened, you'll see results by Aries season, okay? You'll see results by Aries season, okay? Fairness, okay? Very close. You'll see something that lets you know that you're close to it, or you'll see like actual results by Aries season. And that's those of you that are real time. And even if not, apply it where it fits for you, okay? I do see results coming in soon to let you know that you're on the right path, to help ease your paranoia, all of you, regardless of when you find this. But also the clear message is, it's so early, you truly don't see the potential of the blessing. So don't self-sabotage. I almost want to pull Melon Pop, which I've never pulled before in this type of reading. I will pull one because I got 2 more decks. I want to close this out. I want to close this out and move on to the next reading. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pull this up and go to the next pile. What does this deck need to say? I want one more because I need to see. There's something that you're not seeing clearly, okay? You're not seeing clearly, and I don't want to leave it like I know I'm going to read that, so I'm going to see what this says. Some of you, okay, there's something you're not seeing clearly. There's something you're not seeing clearly, for better, for worse, okay? And you're going to have to figure it out. Well, I'll try to figure it out. I still have 2 more decks. We'll see. Some of you, I'll always leave with half and half. There's a maturing energy, soulmate energy. So upright, soulmate talks about your destiny, okay? Connection, love, and unconditional and compatibility. Something, I'll say that some of you maybe love is related. You do have that Libra on the table as well, which rules that. Could be love related, could be love and just life related as well. Maturing energy could potentially be a soulmate coming in, okay? Does not have to be romantic. We're talking a lot about development and growth. Some of you will be, but there's some people coming in that will support you on this journey. The blessings that are coming in, you have people coming in, okay? People that are either with the maturing energy, most of these people are already within your vicinity. So if you're making decisions on what your next steps are going to be for certain areas of life, career, academics, romance, all the things, it's close enough, okay? Like it's within your vicinity enough with this maturing energy. Like it's not incoming, right? It's kind of here, possibly have been here. Probably that paranoia, ruminating, like really sitting on like decisions regarding, again, school, career, romance, whatever the thing, community, right? That's the lighter side. Like this is your confirmation that it's here. This is your destiny. This is kind of the path you need to go forward with. You're just sitting in the in-between out of fear and I don't trust it. Okay, so that's it. Others of you, the opposite, okay? There's an idealization, fantasy, bound vibe. So there's something, and I think the easiest way to determine it, and some of you could literally be on both ends for a variety of, like you could be stepping out of one situation into the other, okay? The reversal is stuck energy. It's idealizing a situation, making it seem better than it is. Truth transcends illusion. Embrace the in-between, like just sitting, right? Embracing the in-between could be like just planting your feet firmly in a situation that is not going anywhere, or that does not benefit you, or that is stagnating your growth and development. Okay? So again, you could be both, but you'll be on at least one end. Okay? So again, that shadow, this is not the fit for you. This is not the situation for you, whether we're talking about a academic, career, romantic connection, friend group, community group. It's not working. Excuse me. Clearing energy as I'm saying that, because like that's what happens when I channel you guys' energy. It's like, oh, when I say something, sometimes I get the little rasp. Others it's like, oh, she's telling the truth. Some of you are like, oh yeah, she's telling the truth. It's true, because if you've been stagnant in something, it's literally like close the cycle. Even if you have to do so discreetly with that 7 of blades. Some of you are all honest to a fault, like lie sometimes. I don't like to say that as a reader, but like I'm not all like love and light. Like sometimes, you have to be a little bit out for yourself. I'm not saying be conniving. Do not be conniving in any sense, but like if you're in a situation, like it's like the art of war, right? Like we talk about the axis of Aries, Libra. If you're in a war zone, come on. You know what I mean? Fight. You have to fight back. You can't just like roll over and die. Like that's not how it happens. Like don't just pretend you don't see you're in a situation that's not good. Do what you need to do to get yourself out. Obviously don't be excessive about it, but like defend yourself. I would never tell you to not defend yourself. I'm not like super love and light. Like fight back. You know what I mean? Like don't go to jail. I did not tell you to go to jail or do anything illegal, but you know what I mean? Take the active steps to like protect yourself. Like look out for yourself sometimes. Okay? Like literally look out for yourself. Don't do anything to get in trouble though. Like, but again, look out for yourself. I'm going to put this upright because I know why it came out that way. Now, what is this gonna, look what came back. Okay. Clarity, honesty, survival, wisdom, and self-discovery. Okay. You're getting the clarity. You have the clarity. I feel like this is a pile. You just needed me to like back you. I got you. I've just backed you. That's why you woke me up 4 in the morning, all early, to do this reading. Okay, sun's coming up now, but like, yeah, you got me up super early to do this reading. You needed me to back you. Don't worry. I got you. The situation where it's still stagnant, it's not working. It's not working. I'm telling you that. Whatever is presented, has been presented, or about to be presented, it's not too good to be true. Don't let your past trauma or fear of the unknown block your blessing. You're good. I promise. Let me see what's at the bottom. Look at you. I love it. Would you accept? Look at you. I'm not mad at you for having me up this early doing this reading. Look at you. I'm not. I love this for you. Okay, it says apology, romantic gestures, offers, higher commitment. Whatever the offer is, school, work, community, romance. I got romance on my table too. Normally I don't like that, but if you're not obsessed about it, like if you don't have an unhealthy attachment, I don't get mad at y'all. I love doing these love readings, and I do have more coming. I have some things I'm working on. I promise. I already, like, thumbnails are made, okay? So, soulmate desert, okay? Some of y'all like found love in a hopeless place. I don't know why I heard that. Or when you thought you were in a hopeless place, or will be, something like that. But would you accept that there's an offer you need to accept? Some of you it will be romantic. Some of you will be community. A lot of you, it's going to be career, academic based. Okay? You need to accept. Okay? I'm telling you. You already know which one I'm talking about. Or you will very, very soon. So let me get this. All right. We'll get this. Blessings are coming in for my pile number one. What do we need to know for my pile one, my owl spirit? Oh, I love that. I'm going to get the book because I feel like it has a good message. It's right here. Incoming energy of elixir of life. So those of you where I talk about health and wellness, I love this so much. Like, especially those of you with health issues, you're going to be good. Some of you, the environment you're in is what's making you sick. Okay? Like, I don't like to say that often because sometimes like you're genuinely like something is like truly wrong with your health and doctors are helping you. But whatever environment you're in, it's not helping. I know that much, like, because the incoming energy elixir of life, and I'm telling you to leave certain situations alone and step forward into other ones. You're like, whatever, like, it's making you sick, like you'll at least have some support if you accept that offer that you need to There's an offer. Okay. We talked about it. And if it's not around, it's coming in. Let me get this book and see what elixir of life says. There it is. Okay. Mortality is a reminder that life is short. Life is short. Remember that. Okay. It says the elixir of life card does not offer immortality, but it shows up in a reading to remind you that there are things that are greater than us. And by adopting this philosophy, we can become part of a whole that is in and of itself immortal. We want both simplicity and abundance, and turning the page. You need to turn the page. The pure energy connecting us can be liberating. Okay, it talks about connecting with people for sure, because it talks about connecting with people and seeing how that energy connecting you with everything around you is liberating. And there's a lot of light coming in because the sun is rising, sorry. But our unconditional capacity for love and kindness is immeasurable and has the ability to remove all fear. Acknowledging the laws of nature that govern the universe places on us the power and responsibility to create our own sense of meaning. So what is meaningful to you, right? Okay. It says energy lives forever. I know it was super blurry. I'm sorry, but y'all woke me up 4 in the morning to do this reading. So we live with it. Okay. But yeah, elixir of life. Life is short. Connect with people, go out and do the things you want to do, right? Like what life do you want to see? What changes do you have to make, whether they're scary or not? What work are you going to have to do to put yourself in a position to live the life you want to live, right? All right, I'm trying to, like I said, and then it's already going to be like bad weather today. It's going to be like a lot of cloudy day. It's going to be a very cloudy day. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those times. I love it because I can just like drink tea and stuff. But, oh, look at you. Yeah, I'm telling you, that message earlier, you prayed for this, or you prayed for a life like this. You prayed, you were all spiritual, you got all religious, right? You clung to faith, or you got closer to God, or whatever you did. And like now the life is available to you and you're like, oh, I don't trust it. Stop that. So it's like, okay, you like now is a testing of your faith, right? Where's that card? Your commitment is being tested. It's a test of your faith. You know what I mean? Like you did all this praying and things, and now it's here, and like you're scared. But you have happiness coming in, and the divine guidance is already telling you what you need to do. Okay? So what's coming in so far already, elixir of life, really good looks, and that stems from health. Like, I don't want to make it a vain thing of like just physically looking good and just being in shape. I mean, like truly being healthy, like from the inside out, like from spirit to your mental space to like your physical well-being, and that just radiating out and just making you look like the best version of yourself physically, like just looking so good. You have happiness, true happiness. Look at me. I'm like, what is that? Look at that. Okay. Happiness. And then I don't know, I'm being real dramatic. Some of you are going to be like a kid again. You're going to find your inner child with the 6 of Cups. Okay. I love that for you. You're going to explore your childhood because you do have house 3 influences here. And then divine guidance is even more faith, right? Even more divine support. Okay. So at the bottom, navigation. Ooh, I'm going to get the book just because I can. But navigation, what I love, and maybe it's the reading. Some of you will be as simple as, oh, you know, my girl Onyx, she helped me make this decision just because, like, you know, I'm supporting what you're already feeling. Like, I'm just confirming what you already know. And you know, you have external indicators supporting you as well. The path is clear. I'm telling you right now, whatever you do that makes sense, that just doesn't make sense to you personally because it's unfamiliar, clear path. Navigation is a clear path. Literally GPS. Like GPS. Divine guidance on navigation. Like clear path. Clear path. You'll have clear path on the material plane. Like you'll have people and community around to support you. But you'll also have elevated support from like divine guidance, right? Your spirit team and all of those things, okay? So let me look at this book real quick and then I'll close it out with your advice and all of the things. But I mean, this is a go for it. I mean, whatever y'all woke me up this morning for, go for it. Okay? It's time to tap into your innate navigation system and plan your trip. Determine where you're heading and imagine the final destination where you see yourself at peace. After all, even the best GPS wouldn't do you any good if you don't know the address. Ooh, I love that message. Again, I'm going to say it again. After all, even the best GPS wouldn't do you any good if you don't know the address. GPS can only help you if you don't know where to go. Spirit team can only take you places that you're not familiar enough to get yourself to, right? You don't need a spirit team. You don't need divine guidance. You don't need faith. Haha. I'm calling you religious people out. All of you in your various religions. You don't need faith if you always know where you're going, if you can always see the end result. Faith is literally you not being able to see what's going on. Again, after all, even the best GPS wouldn't do you any good if you don't know the address. Okay, so it says determine where you are right now in life, clarify your vision, and check what attitudes will help you along the way. Forming a new healthy habit doesn't come easily, but you can prevail with a strong will. I'm trying to read through this horrible lighting and determination. Okay, it says finding your calling and purpose in life though. Okay, and this is my goal. So what is your goal? Okay, you're reaching it. You're going to reach it. And some of you have a goal in mind, and it's a general broad enough goal where you do not see the journey to that end result. You don't have the capacity. Follow the navigation. When you're deviated and detoured, let it. Okay, follow the path so that you get where you actually want to be. Don't be hard-headed. All right. All right. So I'm going to get one card that tells me your general advice. And then I'm also going to get another one that says what is actually coming in for you. Okay? So give me my advice. My final card of advice for my owl spirit. Okay? No. You want a lot of advice. You're not getting it. Follow your intuition. Follow your faith. You can't, like, you want to be faithful. You want to be, you know, like, follow your faith. Okay? Would you accept? If you want to know if you should accept, the answer is yes. That's for sure. And that's not even like an incoming. That's like a now maturing energy. There was another, I don't know where I got it from, but I think I read, and this is not quite maturing energy, but it's almost maturing. It's almost like, oh, you should have done it already. So whatever, like school thing, whatever, like I think the time sensitive nature of this, waking me up 4 days in the morning, I keep saying it because it's a thing. It's a thing. Like you can see the sun rising with me. Like you should have already done it. And like you're dragging, you're hesitating, do it. Okay. Like just do it. Okay. You should have done it already. Or you should already be active in that sense. Okay? All right. I love it. Flow. Be fluid. Flow. Flow towards what it is you want. Okay? Flow towards what it is you want. I'll get the book. I'll get the book. So we can see, because this is our advice. This is our advice for my owl spirit. What? Hold on. Because again, I'm like trying to read through the sun rising and all the things, and I'm at a window. So there, okay. Flow is the natural balance of all beings and things. The movement of the ocean and the cycles of the moon are all perfect examples of flow. They are ever changing without judgment and a fluid form. Much like the ocean, the human experience of flow can be rather unpredictable. However, it is always as it should be. Okay? That's important. It can be rather unpredictable, but it is always as it should be. It's time for you to be aware of what your flow is without judgment. This can mean anything from a minor change in daily habits that will put you more at ease to a major decision concerning career that may lead to a huge positive shift in your life. Those of you that are here, listen. It's not even me. It's the lady that wrote the book for the cards too. So like everybody's like, do it. Okay. Staying in your flow simply requires the awareness of how your energy is affected by your thoughts or experiences. It's getting blurry. That's your vision. Honestly, I'm realizing that like all of this issues. Yeah, the sun's coming. This is your vision. Some of you may actually wear glasses. Put them on so you don't get a headache. Okay. Yeah, so staying in your flow simply requires the awareness of how your energy is affected by your thoughts or experiences, and choosing the thoughts or experiences that feed into your flow instead of taking you out of it. Don't let anybody talk you out of something that really needs to happen though, okay? Some of you have someone that's going to try to, that's the confusion. You got somebody that's going to be like, oh no, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like if you truly know it's for your highest good, especially when we talk about health and wellness, like things that are affecting your health, right? Because some of you, the health is like, I mentioned doctors and like truly being like sick and being on a health journey of like healing. Some of you, your environments, your spaces are making you sick. No, absolutely not. Okay. All right. Let me see what's coming in. What's the blessing? Oh, look at you. I love it. I love it. Okay. Things that are natural, things that make sense, things that are familiar. I'm not going to read the book for this card because I do want to close it out, but it is what is at the bottom. Things that are natural. Go outside, catch some fresh air. Like some of you do need to go outside because I got that heavy influences there. Okay. Drink water because there's a lot of water here. And I'm like, my attention was called to the desert and I see adventure here. Like the water here, drink enough water. Stay hydrated. You're dehydrated. You're malnourished in some sense. Okay. Stop that. And then, but what's coming in is adventure. You're going to have a very fulfilled, enriched life. Look at you. I love that. You're going to feel so good. So let me get the book. I'll read it and then we'll close it out for good. And oh my gosh, look how natural that you see. I cannot make that up. I open the book and it goes right to the page of what's coming in. Whatever step you take, whatever you're called to do, if you accept whatever it is you're supposed to accept, then the sun is coming out more. I love it. I love when the elements and all of that support me in the reading because it makes it this is my not trusting faith pile, like not having faith, not trusting pile. Even if you think you do, you like to control things. I love when everything around me kind of aligns like that, because it makes you believe more. It makes you trust yourself more, because I don't need you to trust me. Like, I'm just helping you trust yourself. That's the purpose of this reading, okay? So go play. Right? It says, where is it? And I hate that I'm doing it at this time of day because I'm struggling. Put your glasses on, okay? It's easy to get caught up on the obligations of completing everyday chores, so much so that the very essence of inspiration and excitement can slowly fade away. Before we know it, life becomes one long day of completing task after task. This card has shown up in your reading because it's time for some adventure. Adventures can be had near and far. It's all about paying attention to what brings the feeling of renewed excitement into your being, whether it's taking a day trip to a fun and unfamiliar place or checking out a new activity that piques your interest. It's definitely time to break the cycle of what your days have turned into. It's time to explore and renew yourself with inspirational energy by having an adventure. Go outside. All right, so that is all I have for you today, pile one. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number two. If you selected the red hummingbird, then this is your reading. So I'm gonna lead with, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy. I read from a polarity, so there's often a light and shadow side. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey. Oftentimes, the shadow has a capacity to stem over to the lighter side of this pile or another pile. And yeah, I mean, because we are leading from blessings and positive things. So even if you have to kind of sort through stuff before you see the blessing, there's always a potential for a blessing, right? We just correct and redirect that energy as we power through. So I'm going to, I almost feel like there's something that I need to say that I haven't said. So it could be you, that could be your energy. Because like, I feel like I'm waiting for a message to come through. Like, not necessarily an actual message, maybe that's what you're waiting for, but I feel like I'm waiting for a message to channel through me for you. So that's interesting. I'm not used to that. I don't know that I've had that happen. Some of you may be waiting for a specific message from a specific person, whether physical plane or in spirit. Like some of you may be like waiting for like some type of sign, some type of message from above. This may be your sign that may be the blessing you get if that's what you're seeking. Because I feel like I'm waiting for some sort of a message, some sort of sign, some sort of a confirmation to channel through me. And hopefully you get it through me. Hopefully we get it. So let me just see. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna get? Ooh, what are we gonna do? Some of you want to know what you're gonna do, what to do. Okay, well let's see. Let's see. Maybe it'll come through. What do we need to tell my hummingbird spirit? My pile number two. Blessings, positive surprises, good karma, kind of luck, okay? I feel like someone's waiting in suspense. And I'm also like, it's really quiet. So some of you are like literally like sitting in silence, like waiting. Or have been regarding something. Maybe something you've been waiting for. Maybe something you have to wait for, okay? And it may feel like it's taking longer than it actually is. Just be a little bit patient. A little while longer, okay? All right. I don't know if that's incoming or maturing energy. Some of you may not know if you're coming or going. Because I didn't see how it fell. It fell in the left, which would kind of be past energy, like that direction. And it also could also be incoming. So I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's incoming. It's incoming. The fox spirit, think on your feet. Okay, this is about instinct. Okay. So something, I think it's funny because like the fox spirit you have, It's the same shades, like that same red, orange, that like that golden orange color that your hummingbird spirit actually is. So this is your confirmation that you're in the right pile, the right space. Root chakra energy, sacral chakra energy. Okay, creativity and grounding. Okay, but think on your feet. It's all about instinct. Okay. So something about this pile, you need to use your instinct. I'm like, I don't know, something about colorings, right? Like that red, orange stuff, because these crystals have just been here. Like I think if you watch my last reading, this is just the natural placement of them. Like this is how they've been. But me putting them where I put them, I'm like, oh, okay, they're next to these ones. And this is fire quartz. I don't have the card. I'm not digging for the card, but like if you look up fire quartz, maybe you need this energy. Like maybe you need the energy of the fire quartz. I don't know, but it matches the card, which matches your hummingbird. So synchronicities. Maybe this is the sign. Maybe this is the confirmation. Maybe that message, think on your feet, is the message you've been seeking. Okay. I almost want one more. Okay. You do have love is all around, a nightingale spirit. So that may be your confirmation. Think on your feet. Love is all around. Okay. I'm not going to pull another one just because I don't want this to be longer than it's going to be. Like I know that it's going to be long. No, it's going to be long. I can already feel. So think on your feet. Love is all around. It's okay to trust your instincts. Okay. It's okay. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your instincts, and ground your energy. Like ground your energy enough to where you don't feel in like you're in chaos. Okay. So let me pull from this tarot deck. But this whole message is all about like trusting your instincts, trusting where you're led to go, trusting what you're led to do. This is my overthinking pile. This is my overthinking pile. You overthink, you overanalyze, you overfixate. Like sometimes you get so caught up in thinking that I heard missed opportunities, but you also you never actually act. You never actually live. That's the coloring of what you chose, right? Like you need more of that into your life. You need more sacral chakra energy, more root chakra based things, right? Because that sacral chakra is kind of like would be that joy and pleasure chakra, and obviously root chakra is like material grounding, so more physical experiences in your life. Okay. 1, 2. I'll pull my third one. So we've got more incoming in. It's coming in. You're coming in. You're going to do something on instinct. The funny part about it is something about this pile is very interesting because when I got sacral and root chakra, I was thinking like a little bit of a sensual vibe for some of you. That may be coming in, whether you're in the position, like, I don't know why that's like a special thing for you. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe it's been a while, or maybe that's just you're connecting with someone or you're trying to connect with someone. But I get that. Like the overall message is trusting yourself and trusting your environment enough to act on instinct. But there is that underlying vibe because incoming and like by nature of the chakras, right? Sacral chakra is kind of a little bit, it's that creative center. So that would be that sensual energy. Okay. So some of you really do need to activate that or will be called to very soon. Okay. From instinct and safety, right? Yeah, incoming. 6 of rods. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So I ended up getting a message, which is interesting. So I took a break to answer. So maybe some of you will be getting a message soon. You were, because I kept channeling, okay, you're waiting for a message, you're waiting for a message. And usually as I'm doing that, as I'm in your energy, that's what's coming in. And whatever the message that comes in will be good. It will be very successful. These are actually sunflowers. Love that energy. So like very solar, vibrant energy. Again, think on your feet. Love is all around. So you like, I don't know, something great is coming in because the 6 of rods is like, I heard the word like like champion, like I like winning something, right? So it just feels like an energy of it's a when you look at the traditional depiction of this card, it is a parade. It's literally a parade. It talks about like victory, success, being celebrated after accomplishing some sort of a goal, reaching some sort of a milestone. But like it talks about like victory. That's the word. If you had to choose one word to represent this energy, it is victorious energy. Like it's all about a victory. So that's what you have coming in, and I love that for you. But I also want to mention that by this energy, this love is all around, think on your feet, is saying whatever spaces, environments, whatever this energy I'm beginning to step into relates, like whatever the situation, circumstances are, it's a safe space to act on instinct, right? Because you're being encouraged to act on instinct in some way regarding something, in a way that will lead to you feeling very much in a victory spirit. What is this? Four of Blades. So it talks about healing, it talks about rest, it talks about recovery, it talks about breaks. So something about some sort of a victory will put you in a space where you can kind of rest easy. Like something's gonna come in. You're gonna have a victory, you're gonna be feeling very successful, accomplish some type of goal or something. Something you're gonna feel like you're coming out on top, right? And in that victory, you're gonna be able to take space, take a break, and like rest, recover, heal, whatever you need to do. If we're talking about some shadow energy from your past or whatever, because this is a very exciting pile, like a very happy pile, like something great is coming in. And if you've not been in the space to heal or deal with anything from your past, you'll be able to. That's what I get. I get a victory that leads you to being able to take a break. Okay. Some of you, it's simple as you've just been working very hard. You've been doing a lot. You'll see the fruits of your labor, and then you'll be able to rest, right? And Four of Blades could technically be a little bit of that energy that I was getting that I'm not developing. I can't believe that came out. What hummingbird spirit? How could you bring that here? We don't. That's not that kind of reading. So I really don't have issues with that, but YouTube guidelines are a little bit strict, and even in my love readings, I don't really like to bring it. I don't think the approach that I take will get me in trouble. It's fine, but especially when we talk about like sacral chakra energy, that's how I will refer to it as it steps into your pile. I get that. Okay, maturing energy, Queen of Elixirs. Okay. Yeah, some of you are going to feel very comfortable, very confident, like very comfortable in your body, very comfortable in your spirit, very comfortable in like your love and your sensual spirit. Like some of you are just going to feel really good. Whatever victory, like some sort of a victory, some sort of a milestone, some type of goal, like some type of accomplishment, like will have you feeling very comfortable, at ease, very confident, like very attractive, right? Like very healthy, like something's coming in with that energy. I love that for you. Okay. Some of you have like a very attractive partner coming in. Look at you. It's again the beauty potion. I know it says Queen of Elixirs. Don't let that like throw you off if that's not your vibe. Some of you, that is you. Some of you, that's who's coming in, or maturing energy has stepped in, that's really helping you thrive in this energy. But yeah, I mean, I just got like a very, like some of you are just like living your best life. I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up. I do have some love readings that I'm going to put out. Like I didn't just stop doing love readings. I have some thumbnails that I've already made. I have some things I'm waiting on. And yeah, I mean, I have some stuff coming in. So maybe this is that pile. Look at you, pile two. Look at you. Ooh, why am I taking another one? What's this? What's this? Okay. If you've been feeling like you've missed out or in despair or just like spilled milk, cup half empty energy, honestly, I can, you know, you're going to feel really good soon. Honestly, this combination in a lighter sense, it's not that kind of reading. So I love that for you, but it's not that kind of reading. So let me get one more and I'll take the bottom, okay? What's going on? Let me see. I want to see what else is coming in. Because this is look at you. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. Love potion. Look at that heart. This is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so yeah, I mean, love. You got Queen of Elixirs, beauty potion, love potion. looking good, feeling good, smelling good. I don't know. I love this energy I've stepped into for this pile. It's so sweet. Like, it's a beautiful energy. Ace of Cups is traditionally depicted as like just feeling very creative, very fulfilled, very inspired, very passionate. It's like falling in love energy. It's not a love reading, but apparently this pile kind of is. Okay, look at you. Three of Coins. Ooh, so those of you, and it could be both. It could be one or the other or both. Some of you are going to be in a very collaborative environment soon that is very successful. Like Three of Coins talks about, it literally is like three builders, like three collaborators, three people that are being creative and working on something tangible. And they're doing so in a very productive way. So love is all around, and Three of Coins, great energy in combination. It talks about like that community or group setting where you're really accomplishing some sort of creative endeavor. So you've got a creative endeavor that's really coming to fruition. Definitely so with that Six of Rods. So something you may have been working on, a lot of you, because I was getting like, okay, past and present energy. I do have incoming, but a lot of your cards, if you pay attention, the one incoming card I think I really got was the first two. It was using your instincts, and the victory accomplishment coming in. And a lot, for the most part, everything else is like, oh, now you'll be able to like live your life, kind of a vibe, right? Like that was a vibe I got. And so let me see, give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know, like it's feeling very productive. So some of you, the blessing is productivity, results, success, like this love that's coming in. And like the sun is shifting. So I mentioned in the first pile that it's a cloudy day. It's supposed to like rain, and like it's also like that time of year where it's just dark in general. So the lights dimming, like it's like, I don't know, something's going on. Let me keep pulling. I want to see what's going on. Hey, I have these two astrology based oracle decks. I have a couple of other decks I want to pull from. So tell me what blessings are coming in. What does my pile number 2 need to know? My hummingbird spirit. My hummingbird spirit. And there's the rain. If it starts getting too dark, I don't really like to not use natural light. It's a little hard on me as a reader when I use indoor lights while channeling. Aquarius, originality, philanthropy, progressive imaginings. Okay, look at you. So Aquarius energy is kind of like the Fool card in tarot. It talks about just kind of going on an adventure, leap of faith, thinking on your feet. Like it's a beautiful vibe, right? It's all about unique circumstances. It does rule shocks and surprises. So something about the energies I'm starting to describe or am about to describe will be very surprising to you, or just very different from what you're used to, okay? And I love that because, again, it's ruled by the planet Uranus. So a lot of you, it may be real time because we talk about, if you watch other readings, it is Aquarius season real time for me. So that could be an indicator for you, even if it's not Aquarius season for you. It could be current energy when you find this timeless reading. But also Pluto has shifted into Aquarius. That's that new cycle. It'll be in and out of the sign for a little bit, but 20 years, that's that transit. And so could be now, could be soon, right? That's what I'm getting for you. So 11th house energy, love is all around, community support, collective support, groups with common goals. That's the vibe that's coming in. And it's a lot darker than I expected it to get. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like rainy, but the sun came up earlier and now it's like clouds, clouds, clouds. Some mood lighting. I'm not taking Mercury, but messages, communication. So, any messages you're waiting for, any conversations you're waiting for, anything you need to talk about, all of those things incoming. But I want to get a good shuffle. And then I want to get one more card. And then I'll take the bottom for this one, this specific deck. Take your time to get a good grip on something. Like, you don't have to rush. Just get a good grip on something. That's what I heard, okay? All right. One more, please, from this deck. What's coming in for my pile 2? 2 more things, apparently. I don't know. Yin, Okay. Those are my all my receptive signs. You have intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, receptivity. I'll talk about this in a second, but what did I just say, right? What did I just say? If you didn't hear me, go back. Sometimes I can't repeat word for word because I'm channeling, but instincts. Love is all around trusting that you're safe enough to act from instinct. Okay. That's what you got. Yin is very receptive energy. So you will be in a very much so receiving energy, which you have to be to see some type of results. You have to be in a receptive energy to see some type of goal. Like, cause you go out and do the things you want to do, but like in order to see results are receptive, right? Receiving is like literally receiving. So you'll be receiving things soon. Love, fortune. I say fortune and not from a material perspective, even though we have some slight indicators here, but receptive from a perspective of like results of a harvest, like goals, ambitions, things you've been building, working towards, especially in collaborative spaces, right? You'll be in a very receptive space. You'll be receiving a lot of blessings because you'll just be in a receptive, you're going to receive a lot of things, possibly everything that you truly wanted, like your truest heart's desires. Not necessarily everything we say we want, but everything you've wanted, like you actually want. You do have Capricorn, okay? That's Saturn-based energy. So we talk about things you've been building, slowing, especially if it's been hard and diligent coming in, okay? What did I just say? I think I just used that word ambition. I didn't see that on that card, but ambition, realism, methodical steps, everything that you've been actively taking steps towards, slowly building, growing, all the appropriate steps, results. Capricorn, Saturn-based energy is hard work, hard lessons. It is the ruler of karma. This is a pile of good karma. What I see, successes, love, romantic as well as community, okay, for this group. Okay. It is 10th house, career, social status. Oh yeah, it's raining. Reputation, all of those things. So let me see what's at the bottom. It's a very receptive energy. I love that. Some of you will get a unique job soon. You'll like, because it's receptive energy, and Aquarius is shock, surprises, and unique situations and circumstances. Capricorn rules work. So something, either you're going to work in a different, unique, surprising way. Like you'll find some unique way to do something, or you'll do something you didn't think you would do. Just, it could apply in a variety of ways, but something about building, working, right? Or a lesson that is very unique. Okay. Very shocking. So yeah, Mars. Move forward, defend self, be very active. Or if you've either been very active and you're going to be more receptive soon, right? Or because it could be both in a variety of ways. You'll be very active. Some of you, okay, so to make it easier to understand and interpret what I mean by this active and versus receptive, some of you will be more receptive in ways you've been very aggressive. Others of you will be more aggressive in ways you've been very receptive. You see, like it's time to balance that energy. Like if you've been overactive in one way, you'll start seeing results and be put in a space of rest and receptivity. In other spaces where you've been very passive, you're going to have to be a little more aggressive. That's how you're going to know where you fall. That's how you're going to know where to get the blessings, right? Being receptive where you've been hyperactive, being healthy, in a healthy way, active where you've been overly receptive or passive. Okay. That's what's coming in. And if you've watched my other reading that I did right before this transit began, you'll know what I mean by that adaptability, right? Being very adaptive. That's the energy. But go get yours. I don't know. There's something like you need to do. Think on your feet, move forward, defend self. Go. I don't know. But you're supported. Love is all around. Ooh. You heard that? That usually happens when like someone's not ready for a message or they don't want to hear it. Or someone's not comfortable speaking their truth. I heard that because throat chakra, right? Like, so it could be message related. We got all of these indicators of messages. So some of you are going to have to, like really just suck it up and do what you need to do or say what you need to say. Like there's something that needs to be done though with think on your feet and, this Mars energy, because Mars also is Aries. It's first house energy. It's the ascendant. It's how you project yourself to the world. It's who you are. How people see you actually, right? Lots of physical indicators here because it does rule the physical body. in the way that you project your energy out, because Mars is how you act. That's what Mars, your sign of Mars is how you project your energy, like what gets you going. More of that energy that we can't talk about as well, right? Like, but it's all about activity. Again, sacral root chakra energy. What do you need to create? What do you need to build? Those are your themes. Okay. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 2. I didn't expect this energy. I like it. Like, I don't have any issues with it, but I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always like pleasantly surprised when a message I didn't expect to channel or get for a pile comes through, because it's like refreshing. I'm like, ooh, new message, right? I don't know that this message is new, because I mean, how new can general messages be? But it doesn't feel quite familiar in a sense of either I don't do that many non-love readings, at least historically. So maybe I did it at one point and just don't remember. Okay, what's this? The answers you need are coming. Messages are coming in. Full moon in Gemini. Messages are coming in, okay? Like, whatever message you need to send, you send them, but messages are coming in. The answers you need are coming. Full moon and Gemini, okay? That is the sign that rules communication, okay? Full moon in Gemini happens during Sagittarius season. So Gemini Sagittarius axis is relevant. Those signs, those placements, 9th versus 3rd house energies may be relevant and applicable. So that would be higher learning, higher education, spiritual ascension, right? Travel, rules travel, local versus foreign communities. Those are themes as well. All right, one more and we will take the bottom. Tell me about my pile 2. What do they need to know? Blessings, good karma, all of the stuff. I didn't get a shadow. I don't know. Maybe this is my healed pile. I don't get a shadow. Okay. Maybe it'll come out. This is a pile of like an energy of not really trusting yourself. You may want like other piles, like I say I only did one. You may want the other pile, but so about like trusting yourself and your instincts. Yeah, for sure. I didn't want a gazillion cards, but I'm not gonna fight back. We will take it. I'll leave this one where it is since I put it there. Adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. So make adjustments where you need to, okay? Or adjust as you're being forced or called to. You'll see like whatever your instincts. I'm not going to cover that because we need to see. Think on your feet, move forward. Something you need to adjust. You have to adjust your approach to something. A personal issue reaches resolution with the full moon in Cancer. So that happens during Capricorn season. A lot of full moon. Okay. And then more Cancer energy. Okay. You and your loved ones are safe. I was going to say, but I don't want to like alienate certain members of the audience. But the reality is this feels like a divine feminine pile, right? We've got Yin, we've got a Queen of Cups, and we've got both of these Cancer placements, which is like very feminine. It's lunar moon based energy, right? It is technically divine feminine energy, more of a maternal sense. Okay. Some of you, if you're, ooh, I'm telling you, I'm fine. Like I've been drinking all kinds of lemon water since I woke up. Okay. Like I literally just had some. So, because that's just my morning routine. Some of you may have trauma associated with your feminine side, or your maternal ancestry, or with motherhood specifically. Take it, if it doesn't apply to you, just ignore that. And then some of you also have issues, possibly, especially if you've had issues with like fertility. This is that pile. Okay. This is that pile. Now I'm still going to keep it general because I don't want to make it too specific to where everybody can't get their messages. Yeah. I think this is the heavy issues with that side, like not issues as in your health, but issues as in trauma. Okay, I can see that. You're gonna have to adjust. Things are gonna be like you are, like something about love is all around you and your loved ones, to say being comfortable, being safe. Some of you are gonna get a comfortable, safe home, space, family, because that collective energy could be family. Okay. And if, like, when we talk about the divine feminine side, we talk about that expression. So that's your receptive side, whether, regardless of how you identify, like something about that side of you, that receptive, receiving side needs healing, which just makes sense while we're talking about grounding on the physical material, why the sensual energy would be coming through, why maternal figures and motherhood would be coming through, regardless of your gender. All of that is something that actually is successfully beginning to heal, or you will begin to step into that energy soon. That's what I'm getting. And that's going to open you up to a lot of your blessings, or already has. Okay, that's really what it is, because this is a heavy pile of receiving the love and support. Okay, because you got Cancer 2 times with Capricorn Cancer axis. So I say maternal, could be paternal, right? Especially if you identify as like masculine and all of the things. So all of those things, right? Healing that. Any relationship issues you have with like your parents, any issues with ancestry overall. Okay, all of that is coming through. But whatever specific circumstance you're asking about, going to have to adjust, going to have to think on your feet, going to have to move forward for sure. But it is a safe space to do so. Okay, with the answers you need are coming. A personal issue reaches resolution. You and your loved ones are safe. Now, I mentioned the sign of Cancer and how it's here twice. That's fourth house. The reason why I'm getting these themes: home, family, comfort, peace, your emotions, all of your emotions. Okay, it rules your ancestry overall, specifically the maternal bloodline. Okay, very lunar energy. And I am doing this during a full moon. Okay, like it's a full moon right now. So, maybe that's why I was called to do this reading today. Maybe this pile is one of those piles that really needed it now, like some of that healing of that full moon space. So let me just see what's at the bottom. I love it. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Got it. I'm going to put you right here. So Capricorn Cancer axis is the hugest dynamic here. That's the axis of mother, father, whether that's you, whether that's your parents, right? Like maternal, paternal figures and bloodlines. Your home versus career, right? Your comfort versus being like internal, like being comfortable at home versus like social, right? Your privacy to a certain degree and your public perception, all of those things. So 10th house, 4th house axis, Capricorn, Cancer energy. Could be relevant seasons, could be relevant placements, but definitely key themes here, okay? And I mentioned all of the sensual energy. Some of you, this is the pile that talks about extending of a bloodline, talks about creation of children and all of the things. That's why I was getting that vibe. So blessings, because the normal thing was the unexpected blessings. I didn't have enough space in the thumbnail, in the title. I don't like, but I think I may put that in the, I think I'm going to put in the description box, because this Aquarius feels like a shock. Okay, so some of you are going to be surprised to have a family, to conceive, to have children, to want children if you don't have them. Some of you are going to find a partner that inspires this in you, or have. Like you either you found a partner that will inspire this in you soon, or you're already starting to feel that and you're like, yeah, that's crazy. Or finding a balance in home and career, because that's the huge thing too. That's that axis of comfort and peace at home, and like family and like love, and going out and getting yours in this world. Okay, so those will be key themes. And I think that blessing, the general blessing, is the balance of being able to be like successful or having the things you want materially in your career job, but also being able to have the comfort of home, family, and not sacrificing that. Because we did get a success leading to a break. So some of you, that's a specific message. Okay, not having to sacrifice one for the other. Love that for you. All right. I pulled Melon and Pop in the pile one. So I'm gonna do it again because I would like to be consistent. So I'll pull like one because I think I only pulled one. And then we'll get ready to close it out. Because I've got two Oracle decks where we get advice, specific advice. So tell me what blessings are coming in for my pile number 2, my Hummingbird. I bet you that fell in reverse. Chaos, chaos, chaos. What is that? It's going to be related to unique circumstances and adjusting according to them, okay? Okay. This is a very interesting card. Style, mysterious, death, night, medieval. What? It's chaotic. Upright, it is the vampire. Okay? So it says energy, vampire, draining, lust, darkness, low vibration. Oh, I love that because with lust and all of that energy that I didn't want to develop, it talks about a lack of that and more authentic connections with the people around you, right? Especially when we talk about romance, like more of an authentic approach to those types of connections. I like to see this energy in reverse. I do, because vampire is very draining energy, right? Like energy vampires are real, right? Like to people that are very draining, whether intending to be or not, right? Very draining situations that are very draining, right? Circumstances that are very draining. Sometimes you'll be in a situation. It doesn't have to be a specific relationship, but just an overall environment where everything just is harder than it needs to be. It's exhausting. You don't like being there. Like, you don't like dealing with the people because it's just like, why is it so draining for no reason? Like, why am I tired? I didn't even do anything yet, but I'm tired already. Just wake up tired because you don't want to go, right? That's the vibe. You're not going to have to worry about that anymore. That's the vibe. You're not going to have to be in that type of energy. What I like also, because this is sneaky energy, and I kind of like it for this pile because the fox is real cunning, right? What's coming in is something you're not going to see coming. It landed on adjustments, like some type of third quarter moon, something's going to pop up. Honestly, with third quarter, some of you, it may even be something you even like very specific message. For some of you, it'll be something you gave up on or something you just were planning to move on from, or, you know, like I said, did like come back in a very shocking way. Okay. But I love this releasing of this vampiric energy, this very draining energy. So blessings coming in, you're not going to be drained. And that makes sense because if you're going to have that, what I call work-life balance axis being very prominent, you'll be able to have the best of both worlds. Very much so. I love that efficiency coming in for you. Okay. But mysterious does talk about something that there's a blessing, a very specific one that you're not even going to see coming. Love it. To the bottom. Slow and steady, wise planning, meticulous, careful delays, especially in areas where you've been delayed, where it's been very slow, right? A slow progression. Methodical steps is here, like having to take steps, building over time, possibly even years. You'll get what you're seeking, okay? In all areas of life. Like you'll get whatever career goals you're looking for. You'll get whatever home goals you're looking to seek. The home you wish to have, that's the home you're going to have. The family you wish to have, okay? Again, best of both worlds. That's the axis. That's why we have love is all around. But you're going to have to follow your instincts. You're going to have to be aggressive towards the things where you've been neglecting, because that's what it is. There's not a shadow here. There's just an energy of extremes. Some of you have been hyperfixated on the home and family, right? Hyperfixated on that, and you've neglected yourself. Mars is I, me energy. It's your passion, your drive, your identity, right? You've ignored what you want, and it's been very draining. You'll have the energy, the space to go out and find who you are as an individual outside of your home collective space. Some of you are the opposite. You've been like running, chasing success, accolades, fame, fortune, all, you know how they, all of the stuff, right? Like it's all about like the recognize. I want to be seen. I want to be known. Like that's the vibe. Like, cause again, that victorious card is like, I have a parade. I am victorious, right? Like I am that person. That's the vibe. So if you've been hyper fixated in that energy, you're gonna be more receptive towards prioritizing your home and family. So like I said, this is my pile of balancing everybody. I love that. Because like I said, the only shadow is the energy of excess, the energy of draining and putting too much of your energy in like one basket. Got it? Love it. Why am I reaching for this? I mean, I guess I am on the axis of home and family. Past life relationship is a thing. I'll pull one. I don't know. I'm just rolling with it. This isn't as long as I expected this pile to be. It was kind of to the point. So I'll get one from this deck since we are talking about home and family and career. And then yeah, we'll this pile took the least amount of energy from me. Like it wasn't a lot at all. I love that. And that's kind of the nature of the energy stepping in for you. It's not going to be that hard. Like it's not going to take all of this effort. Life is not going to be draining anymore if it has been, or the areas of life are not going to be as draining. This is that active energy. So I mentioned the love and romance, slow and steady has 2, and then active has 1. So unique, surprises, healing family, be very active in healing your family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So if you have childhood trauma, if you have issues with your parents, be very active in nurturing and healing that. But also you'll be in a space, you'll have the circumstances to be able to do that. Okay. For this pile specifically. Okay. Healing that. Now, doesn't mean that you have to, I don't know what the situations are. Some of you are not going to have relationships. That's just the nature of the damage. Not saying you have to. I'm just saying you have to heal that in you so that it doesn't like stem over. Because especially those of you on the hyperactive side, when we talk about like career and like work, you may be using that to avoid these issues, right? And like those issues, like that's why you lack that balance of that home and family. Okay. And even on the other side, right, where you're hyper fixating on that. Some of you never had a stable home, right? Or just had an unstable home, a home that was unstable for you specifically in a way that has trauma for you, to where you're chasing that. You're looking to build a home versus your personal identity. So you're associating your happiness with connecting with other people in a way that's vampiric. Okay. Like you need to kind of establish your identity. So like, that those are just examples of how this can manifest, but you have to heal any type of trauma you have stemming from childhood, or like your family and your parents and the things like that, or in your family. Like if you, right, like if you have a spouse or a partner and you have children, prioritize your family, be very aggressive in that. That's a thing. Okay. I'm a very, like if you have a family and you have issues with your spouse and your children, like an active, because I read from a lot of singles perspective, because that's usually who's looking for this type of guidance. But if you have a family dynamic, like if you are attached, if you have like a spouse or a long-term partner and you have like a family, you're being called to be very active in a different, because adjustments are a unique approach. Anytime you have to do something new, it's something different. You have to switch up the way you're doing it. Okay. Whatever you're doing. Okay. And that's maturing energy of slow and steady. Okay. Slow and steady. So some of you, especially on that home family side, right, where you heavily prioritize, like you really want a family, you really want a home, you really want a partner, or you have a partner and you really want like to just that's the priority versus yourself. Healing that codependency, because codependency into separation talks about healing codependency. That could be some of the issues you have, right, where you're like really clingy or you're really chasing. Because I mentioned the unhealthy attachment to love for people that watch a lot of love-based pick a card readings. When we talk about that balance, this is my pile of needing that balance, where you haven't prioritized your personal identity, your personal like growth and development and the things you want to do in this life. You're going to be able to do that. That's the blessing. Like it's telling you to take those steps and to be active in it slowly and steady, right? But you have to take the steps. What's that? Look at you. Okay, yeah, exactly. Oshun energy. I mentioned the divine feminine energy. Sensuality, self-love, beauty, water, fertility. Look at her. Oh yeah, this is that pile, okay? This is that pile. I love that. Codependency, separation. Okay, some of you may take space from a partner, especially if it's a connection based on codependency, that's fine. Okay? If it's for you, it'll circle back. But slow and steady, this is who you'll become. Look at all of the cards coming out. You've got gold digger, twin flame. So these may all be things. Okay? These may all be things. I'm gonna leave them all here. Okay? These may all be things. Right? So, because you got Oshun, powerful woman, strength, achievements, success, leadership. And then you've got the twin flame, which intensity, healing, contracts, like a mirroring. Some of you, where we mention connections with other people, romantic and otherwise, it will be people that mirror your energy to you. And this is transactional relationships, superficial love, materialistic. I mentioned growing beyond that earlier. I do feel like that happens. So growing beyond anything that's superficial, surface level, wanting like lust based, something more concrete, tangible. I get that a lot, but this is my divine feminine power. If that's not what you identify as, you're stepping into that energy of being more receptive, or maybe you have divine feminine within your vicinity or will soon. Could be that. Okay. So, but this polarity, and I know this deck is interesting. I love the creator of the deck. I want another one so that it doesn't like go away, but they don't make it anymore. But anyway, this is kind of the dynamic. So in a very shadow sense, like let's not take this card literally. Those of you on that fourth house theme, heavily in your fourth house spirit of homemaker, family, and it's not gender specific at all. Like just really desperately wanting like love and community, like wanting friends, wanting like family, wanting the children, just really wanting all of those things in a way where it's excessive, right? So you want that outside, like you don't want your life and these things. You want these things to be your life and your personality, if that makes sense. Like I hope that makes sense. And because you have the polar opposite, which is like, okay, me solo, don't want the family, don't want the home, don't want the children, wants to be successful and free, right? Like no, like just career driven builder, accomplishments, accolades. That's the polarity, right? Like you got one that's way too much in the Mars Aries energy, right? Someone that's high. That's why we have the divine feminine energy stepping in. For those of you that don't know what I mean when I say it's not gender specific, you're hyperactive in this Martian energy. Like you're very active in your divine masculine side. Could be feminine in nature, but don't have to be, right? Like any of you here could be hyperactive and go-getter in certain areas of your life, or hyper receptive, right? Because this one doesn't have an identity of their own because they're trying to make everybody else around them their identity. And this one is so in their identity that it's like, nope, just me. It's like Beyonce, me, myself, and I. Like that's the vibe. Okay, and this is the polarity, and it's not gender specific. So at the bottom, okay, that's not the bottom. This might be my little woo-woo pile because wild cards, sometimes when they start moving and shifting, worth waiting for. We did have slow and steady. Divine timing is at work in your love life. That's a message for those of you where that's what you've been chasing, the community, the right people, romantic and otherwise, are going to come in. That's what you don't see coming. They'll come in as you step into your power, right? Because you need to be this. Okay? You need to be this. Masculine or feminine. Those of you where you've been too much of this, just leave that on the table. You need to be just more of this, okay? Like, because I'm telling you, you're all excessive, and that's the shadow. But it's a great shadow because you can adjust it. But you deserve love. You are lovable, all of you. All right. So let me, now that I have this mess of a table, let me I'm gonna get ready to close it out. I have a new deck that I've been using lately. Look what's at the bottom of your reset union. Some of you are going to come into union with somebody. Okay. You're going to find like some love that for you. But I want to see what you need to know. And then I'll pull one for an advice and from my New Orleans Oracle. And then I will also close it out with like one heart card that tells you a clear message of what's coming in. So let's see. Pile 2, my hummingbirds here. This is a great pile. If you can handle being called out for your excessive tendencies on either polarity, something about fireworks, creativity. Look at that. I mean, I said that. Like creating life, creating like your actual creations. Just there's a heavily creative spirit, and you have root and sacral chakra. So like creative spirit. This is my spirit, my pile of you will create career-wise. You will create for joy and pleasure, just in hobbies. You will create in terms of just like an atmosphere of love and community, of romance, possibly children as well. That's this pile. Okay, that is this pile. You'll be feeling very creative on all planes. Okay, it's a very fertile pile, so watch it in the short term. Okay, give me more. This one wants to come out. Luna, look, it's the moon. I'm doing this during a full moon. Listen, divine feminine energy, okay? Divine feminine pile. That's the priority, okay? Healing that side. Because again, being hyperactive in your receptive side throws you off. You can't receive appropriately. You're open and receptive to everything, right? So you're getting all kinds of stuff that you don't want, right? Like you're attracting the wrong types of connections, romantic and otherwise. You're attracting the wrong types of situations. You're probably attracting vampiric energy because you're like, you know what I mean? Like it just, from that hyper receptive side, or you are that vampiric energy, that too. And by you being that, you're attracting the wrong types of stuff. Okay. And then on the other side, you're hyperactive. You don't know how to receive, right? In certain areas of life, because you're all on one side or the other in different ways. Okay. And anytime I start like trying to bounce back and forth in your energy, it throws me off. Especially when it's prominent like that. But yeah, this hyper feminine, creative, lunar energy. Okay. Balancing it out so it's not excessive or allowing it to come into your life. I think I want one more and I'll take the bottom. We can get into what I said one more, but it is what it is. Finding love and passion. Well, it is what it is. I don't need the book. Creative, right? Creative energy, which is divine feminine energy, lunar energy. You're going to find love and passion. Straightforward, straight up. Find love and passion. I really do love this pile's energy. You're going to overcome fear and banish your curse. Some of you, it's a lot of you here with your variety of religions. Some of you, that's a literal thing. Some of you, it's literally just generational curses. It's mental limitations, like, ways you hold yourself back and self-sabotage. You'll be cleared of people and circumstances that have this energy towards you that are very vampiric, because vampire reverse means that vampires will leave your life. Whether we're talking about energy vampires, people that are just vampiric in nature, people that just leech on and drain you in a variety of ways, like leaving your life. Okay, so let me get it. All right, I'm gonna get my one card for advice. And then, like I said, we'll get one final card of what's actually coming in, a blessing that's coming in. I love that this is not a heavy shadow pile. It's literally just stop holding yourself back, because this is my self-sabotaging pile. Okay? It really is. Not in the worst way, right? Maybe historically you have been, but like now it's like, okay, move. This is where we need you to move. This is where you're like, the perfect analogy is, and all of you are going to align with this. It's like spirit is telling you right now, move, act, do. And you're like, I can't. I don't have the energy. You would have the energy if you weren't like fixating in the areas where we're telling you to stop. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you to stop because I need you doing this. You're focusing your energy in the wrong spaces right now. That's what this pile feels like. I love that. Look at you. Because you're correcting it. You're correcting it. If you don't, you'll be back for another reading on the shadow. But I feel like a lot of you are going to step into an energy of being better. It's way too many. Yeah, it's way too many. One card, please, for pile 2, my hummingbird spirit. What's their advice? Look at you. Banish a curse, overcome fear. This is how you do it. I love how clear your pile is. You're going to overcome fear and banish a curse. This is how you'll do it. You'll step into your power. Okay? I love that. Because you're going to act in the ways they're telling you to act and pull your energy back in the ways they're telling you to stop, right? Like you're going to stop being so hyperactive. And you won't be scared because I need to be hyperactive because we're all hyperactive in various ways. Like no one's 100% in harmony, right? It is fear-based, right? Because it's a need to control. Anytime you're overactive in a way, it's because you're like, I have to control the situation. I have to control the space. I have to control this aspect of myself out of fear of loss, failure, all of those things, right? By feeling and being comfortable in your power, you won't feel the need to overcompensate in those areas. You see what I'm saying? So step into your power, be active in the ways they're pushing you to, and then pull your energy back and trust that you'll receive what you need in those spaces you've been overextending. Got it? Got it. All right. So I'm going to get this number 1. I'll read it for you. This is Marie Laveau and your advice. And Marie Laveau was the epitome of power and grace within the community of New Orleans. Not only was she known as an astute businesswoman, but she was also the go-to person for the spiritual remedies of everyday life. If you've drawn this card, you've been called to embrace all aspects of yourself and to rise to every occasion with confidence. You are so much more than the mundane daily tasks that often bog you down. New opportunities will help you explore the different ways you can express yourself and feel more fulfilled. Okay? That's that shifting of the way you do things as well. So let me get my last card. What can my beautiful little hummingbird spirit expect to come in for them? What's the blessing? I'm curious. What is that? Passion, because it's in reverse. Luna, passion, worth waiting for. Body, balance. Number 12. Body balance in reverse intuitively. I'm going to get the book and just read what it says and I'll let you figure it out. But because this book doesn't really have reversals, so I have to read it intuitively. I heard knocking you off your feet, but what's in, okay, so shadow side is coming through. If you try to keep control, if you don't deviate, if you don't pull back your energy in the ways they're telling you to, and then push your energy in the ways they're telling you to, you're going to stay off balance. You're not going to like get any blessings. You're not going to get what you want. You have to go out and get the things that you've been avoiding, and you have to pull back your energy where you've been overextending. If you don't do that, you're going to stay out of alignment. Okay. You're not going to get what you want. Okay. You're going to stay in that curse, fear-based energy. Okay. So you have to be flexible. You have to shift and pivot your energy. Okay. Also, what you will get that is good is, not needing to control things. You'll feel free, right? Body balance means not needing to balance, not needing to step for step, stand still, hold your weight. Like you're not going to have to like plant your feet firmly. You'll be able to just lay down. Okay. Like some of you need to lay down. That's the blessing of that peace, that balance, not having to keep it all together, right? Not having to keep it all together. Let loose. What did I say? I'm not pulling the book because the book is not going to help you. It's really not going to help you. Not for, ironically enough, 12 reduces. No, that's number 17. I don't know why I thought that was 12. So I thought it was 12 because it looks like 21 in reverse. But Number 3, let loose. You have to let loose, okay? That's the Mardi Gras card. It says to be free. So I'm not going to read the book. It is what it is. It's that straightforward. Those of you where you are, again, trying to control your relationships and your situations and trying to control all of the connections around you. Honestly, I see some of you on that overly receptive side. The reason why your energy comes across as vampiric is because you're trying to control all of the relationships around you instead of like finding your own life. Like it's like you want to control other people's lives instead of your own, if that makes sense. On that hyper receptive side, because like you're, instead of finding your own identity, your own passions, your own drive, your own like careers and things, like you're trying to nitpick everyone else's, like, and I mean like could be even be in like your whole family as well as like your friend groups and or potential partners, which kind of runs them off because they have identities of their own. You know what I mean? So that's a specific message for some of you. Others of you, you're so in control that it's intimidating. Like you're so rigid. Like body balance in reverse is like loosen up a little bit, right? Like why are you so in control? It's like someone that knows how to hold a strange, awkward pose in like balance. Like why are you so stiff and rigid? That's the vibe. Like let loose. So this is what's coming in. Freedom from your own restraints. I love that for you, Hummingbird Spirit. That is all I have for you today. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, my blue jade spirit. So much energy coming through. You may be the loud pile, or there just may be a lot of messages for you. I'm gonna get into my little thing I do where I kind of explain how this goes in a second for those of you that are new, but I just want to get these channeled messages out of the way. Some of you are looking for something that's right under your nose, okay? Like you think you've lost, like it could be a metaphor for something, it could be symbolic of something, like something right up under your nose, but some of you are literally looking for something that if you just slow down, it's like right there. I think some of you it's in the bag. So I hear it's in the bag. I don't know how many of you that's going to apply, but it's in the bag, okay? Also, you may, I got like, as I was clearing the energy and resetting the decks for your pile, some of you are coming from previous readings or piles, like, because the pile before this is the Hummingbird spirit. And the last reading of this nature that I did with the blessings revealed thumbnails, the bird theme, there was a quote unquote hummingbird theme. Like I think it was originally a hummingbird and I changed it to something else or something, like something, there was some confusion. Okay. And then there was also a vulture spirit in those. So those may have been your piles. You may have picked one of those piles. I think I remember them being connected, but the reason why I say that is because we're leaving the hummingbird spirit from this reading to transition to the blue jay. And look what's right. Nothing is wasted. Look what's at the bottom. So look how it's so many cards. So of all of the birds that can come out, all of the animal, because it's not even a bird specific deck. This is spirit animal. So it's not even all birds. It could literally be any animal that comes out and like you get the vulture spirit. Okay, so go back either to the hummingbird here, the one from the previous one that's labeled quote unquote hummingbird, as well as vulture, or pick one. I don't know. Doesn't hurt my feelings if you don't, but free messages, okay? So for those of you that are new, take what I just said, all of the things, but also I read past, present, as well as incoming energy. So any piles you select could be any phase of life, right? I also read from a polarity. So there's often a light and a shadow, right? You could be both in different ways or at various periods of your life. You just have to find yourself and lesson in the journey, okay? That's the thing. So I almost want to, I don't have any here and I'm not going to stop filming because I may be uploading this at an hour that I normally wouldn't, just because I felt pressured to do this reading today. Okay. And it is in my timeline, though it's a timeless message for you, should resonate whenever you find it. Okay, again, for those of you that are new, whenever you find this, it should resonate in some form. Okay. Now, I'm filming this during the full moon in Leo. So it's the first full moon of 2024. Could be a relevant time period for you, even if you're in the future. But I woke up, I think I said it in file 1, 4 day in the morning to do this reading. And it's already like a bad weather, rainy day. So, yeah. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. I'm going to take, I think I was acting like I wanted to. We'll see what's at the bottom. We'll see. But right now you've got the cute little pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. So I did feel a slight shadow. I don't know how much it's going to develop for my pile number 3. Some of you are greedy, right? Like, and I even heard like a reference to like a piggy bank. I don't know how that's going to apply to any of the things incoming. We're going to roll with the energy, but use your mind wisely. Like, don't cling to the shadow yet. We'll develop it. But I mentioned when I was channeling, some of you are not thinking clearly, like you're overlooking something that's right under your nose, right? Like it's right in your face, like possibly even like losing, like, I don't know, like keys or something, like you can't find something. Like, use your mind wisely. Like, some of you aren't thinking clearly, or you're not seeing a situation clearly. Okay. And then, you know, some of you may also be overthinking with use your mind wisely. So let me just see what is at the bottom. Use your mind wisely. Be loyal to what you love. The dog spirit. Okay. I want one more. But be loyal to what you love is, I'll take it. I'm not gonna, some of you are not sure if you should take something, do something, whatever, even if it feels natural, right? Like you're like, oh no, I don't know. I might pass on this. I might do something else, or like you're not sure what to do, even though you're sure what to do. I heard some of you, you're not getting enough, like whatever it is, you're like, some of you aren't stimulated enough by whatever you should do. And that's why, like, I don't know how to describe this energy. Some of you may not be that good with your words. What I'm saying is, okay, you know how people are triggered into action, right? Like normally something, and you know, honestly, that's how tower moments happen, right? Like chaotic moments. Some of you, ooh, I don't like that, because from a shadow sense, it could be like needing to learn through experience and the hard way, right? Like you have to be triggered in some way to act in the way you're supposed to. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that you have that personality where if you're not like feeling that bothered by something or that triggered by something, you don't really move in the way you're supposed to. Right? Like, you know, you should, but you're comfortable, so you're not really that worried about it. Or you don't act like something about like not being stimulated. Like if you're not stimulated into action, you don't move in the way you're supposed to. I don't know what that means, but let me see what this is. Learn from the past. Yeah, exactly. So you've got use your mind. Okay, some of you need to reflect. I don't know, maybe all of those piles I talked about are past experiences, right? Like some of you need to learn from the past. Like it says, use your mind wisely, learn from the past. So something about your past, okay? And for me, it's giving that learning the hard way message, right? Like it's feeling like, from a shadow sense, not learning from mistakes of the past or things that didn't work out for the best in the past, like doing things like repeated cycles. It's like, okay, what did you do historically? You know what I mean? Did it turn out the way you wanted it to? No. So why would you move in that way again? Not saying you have to move funny. Some of you may be, but if you did something in the past, right, and it turned out to be not what you wanted or the outcome you wanted, and you could see a direct correlation by the way you, whatever action you took or didn't take, why would you do that again? Definition of insanity, right? Like, learn from the past and use your mind wisely. Don't, because what happens is, I mentioned that's how tower moments happen. When you keep doing things and you need to be stimulated to act in a certain way or stop acting in a certain way, you'll be triggered in a negative sense, right? Because that's the only way you learn. That's the spiritual lesson. Your spirit team, God, the universe, whatever your religious beliefs are, you'll be triggered into the position you need to be in. And when you're hard-headed and you need to be stimulated in some way to act in the way that you're supposed to be acting, it's usually not a positive stimulation, if that makes sense. It's usually some type of negative trigger. So you don't want to be that person that's that hard-headed, that you don't trust your instincts, your intuition, right? To the point where you're like forced, right? I hope I'm making sense. Let me try to make up an example for those of you that are confused, because sometimes you get in the comments and you tell me you're confused. Let's say children, right? Like, okay, hot stove, right? Children, they don't know that it's hot, right? They don't know that it's hot. So they keep on, they want to touch it. They want to touch it. The pot is really hot. They don't know. They're really excited. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So they're acting in a way that they shouldn't be doing. They don't know any better, but they're acting in a way that they shouldn't be doing. So they're like, oh, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. But I don't know what that means. So let me touch it. Ooh, I got burned a little bit. I touched it with my finger. It was hot. Some children, that's enough. They're like, won't do that again. And now when they see a hot pot on the stove, they know already that it's hot, so they don't touch it, right? There's some that may be a little more hard-headed, right? We all have varying levels of development. I'm not coming for children. They're children. They know nothing. They're literally made from scratch. So, some of them, they're like, oh, okay, I touched it with my finger. It was hot. But you know what? It wasn't that hot. It wasn't that bad. Maybe I'll go for it again. You know what I mean? And then the stove, next time they see the pot, it wasn't that bad. It didn't burn that bad. Let me go. And they grab it with the whole hand and they realize, oh, crap, it's hot for real. Like, like it got me. You have the tears and all of the things, right? Some of them, if they're even more chaotic, they may snatch that joint down if you're not watching them. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's really like, it depends. Like, the whole moral of the story is it'll get progressively worse if you're the type of person that needs to be stimulated into action. If you don't trust your instincts, if you don't trust your mind, you don't trust yourself to take the measures you need to take to advance in the way you want to move in this life, the spiritual lessons will burn you more and more. That's the story, okay? Some of you are storytellers. That's why we need a thing, okay? Here we go. Be fearless and bold. Badger spirit. Okay? Badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. So some of you need to stop waiting too much for external stimulation to move in the way that you know you should be moving. Like, some of you have to be pushed. Don't do that. Be fearless and bold. Initiate. Some of you lack that initiating spirit, right? That initiating spirit. If you look at your natal chart, you may lack cardinal signs. Like, you may, like, the placements, like the houses may be empty. There may not be any, sorry, I don't mean to knock that. You may lack that energy, right? So cardinal signs would be Aries. It would be Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So you may not have any signs there, like any placements, any planets, right? In some of those signs, because you lack that energy. You lack that initiating energy. Okay. And even if you do, you have some oppositions, you have some aspects that make that challenging for you. Because this is an individual on the table that does not know how to move without being prompted by external stimulation, like external stimuli. Like, you need to be triggered in some way to do what you're supposed to do, which is not bad, because that inspiration is good in verse, but you have to be able to initiate on your own. You can't constantly wait for somebody to put the fire under you, if that makes sense. All right. And some of you, like I said, remember, I read past, present, incoming energy. This could have been you historically, but you just have to be cognizant of where you fall. We'll keep developing that. All right, tell me more. I don't know why that's the thing, but you needed to know that. Or maybe this is either you needed to know that so you can stop doing it, or this is confirmation this used to be you. Because I'm trying to see what blessings and good karma and positive surprises are coming in, right? We're trying to see some lucky energy for my pile number 3, my blue jade spirit. I've got 2. I've got one that just dropped on the table, and then one that landed right in my hand. So take that as you may. So Knight of Blades. Okay, so knights are active. They're fire, right? They're ruled by fire. They're activity based. I talked about stimulation. This is an activity-based energy. Now, blades are air. It's air energy. So it could be air sign energy, but it is communication overall. It rules communication, messages, all of the things. So you've got very active communication or very active receiving of information, right? Or it could even be mental development, right? Very active on the quest for knowledge, on learning, of growing, of developing mentally, because you do have use your mind wisely. So this is going to be a hugely mental pile, especially when it comes to reflecting and evaluating past actions, efforts, and just circumstances. Okay, something about this pile needs to be reflecting. Maybe again, that's probably why I sent you to all those other readings previous. Even the reading that's in the video today that looks like I sent you to is the one that happened before this one. You see the symbolism? Something about reflecting on the past and making sure you're adjusting and adapting and developing as you move forward, so you're not repeating cycles, right? That Knight of Blades. Okay. That's because knights are quick moving. This is I would consider it to be the second to fastest moving knight because of the air nature, but it's chasing the quest for knowledge, of development. Okay, so look at that. So one that dropped and one that's in my hand. So the shadow is here. Okay, 10 of Blades, rock bottom. They're just rock bottom. That's the phrase, because it's stabbed in the back 10 times traditionally. It is literally like can't get any worse. Only way is up. Like that's it. You can only go up from here, from this space. Okay, it talks about betrayal, self-sabotage, all the things, everything that could go wrong goes wrong when you see this card. Now, I'm not saying it's incoming energy. It could very well be incoming energy. Okay, some of you, where it is incoming energy, it is your own doing. So you will need to pivot, because notice there's a knife in the head here. I know that's so morbid. It's the deck. It's the deck. But honestly, this is one of the lightest weight depictions of this, because it's literally traditionally someone face down on the ground, like stabbed to the death. Okay, trigger warning. So, right, it's like self-sabotaging. This combination doesn't mean that there aren't external situations and circumstances that lead you here. It just means you didn't help yourself, right? Like definitely external situation here, right? Like there's definitely a lot of betrayal, backstabbing, and all of the things. But also, what was the story we talked about at the beginning of the reading, right? We talk about ignoring opportunities to pivot before it gets painful, right? We talk about ignoring opportunities to adjust, right? The pot was hot, okay? And when, where there's smoke, there's fire, okay? That's what we have here. Use your mind wisely, learn from the past. So learning how to adjust and pivot to avoid this energy. What I love is the blessing is not having to do it again. Those of you where you learn, not having to do it again. Only way is up from there, right? Especially when we talk about this being a heavy past pile. This is a heavy past pile. I mean, literally it's on the table, okay? So what I've gotten so far, because there's a lot of communication, a lot of storytelling, a lot of things I've done so far. For this pile so far, blessings, possibly even surprises, is the light at the end of the tunnel. It is development in ways you didn't even realize you've been developed. Some of you, when you're the era you're stepping in, you're going to realize you have knowledge, skills, and a level of comprehension that, wait, when did I get this cunning? When did I get this smart? When did I get this, witty? You have a certain wit to you that you don't even realize you have yet. You won't realize until you encounter certain situations. You're like, wait, when did I get this way? Throughout these past experiences that have developed you, right? A lot of the negative experiences, which they were negative in your perspective or have kind of made you a way to where you have a certain level of discernment with that use your mind wisely card, okay? Learning from the past. So you're fearless and bold because you know exactly how to move, and you can spot things, and like you have a certain level of discernment, like the child that learns that the pot is hot. Look at you. I love it. Now again, past, present, incoming energy. If you don't feel like you've had those types of experiences that would have led you to that, I don't know what to tell you. If you're picking your right pile, it's incoming. And I don't say that to scare you, because we all have levels of development. Like life is not sunshine, rainbows, love is light. I'm not necessarily a love is light person. I can be, but it's not like realistic with that, I call it toxic positivity, because that's actually a phrase. Like, you can't be happy, jolly all the time. Like, you have to be sharp like a knife in some instances. And what's happening, one of your blessings is that sharp knife mentality that you have. You don't have to like become a hard, not likable person, but that's what I'm getting, okay? But I'm getting that you're not gonna have to go through, yeah. I'm gonna pull one more. You're not gonna have to go through that, okay? I'm pausing because I'm still making it clear this is a heavy past pile, current pile, but there are some that this is still incoming energy because of the way that this fell and the message that I'm reading. It's just not the dominant energy, but I don't want to lose the incoming, because incoming could either be a potential to pivot or at least brace yourself and kind of be prepared for the lesson, because at the end of the day, it feels like a group that does not have to learn harsh lessons again. Like, this is a pile that's learned the hardest of lessons hands-on through experience. You're having a certain level of discernment, right? A certain level of mental development, right? A certain level of wisdom to where you can spot certain situations, certain circumstances. I even heard personality types a mile away, and you don't have to learn that lesson through experience, right? Like, you can learn from others people's experiences and kind of explore your own lessons or avoid really difficult ones. So now you're reaching an era where life gets easier, okay, after this. Because I mean, this is as bad as it gets, right? And even the Five of Cups talks about and then, you know, this is a card of sabotage, of failure, of defeat, cup half empty perspective, like a very negative personality type of like everything is always wrong even when it's right. But it also talks about like a loss and even shame. So this is the energy. Like I said, for some of you, it is incoming energy of having to learn that knives are sharp, right? Because you got a lot of, you know, swords, a lot of air energy. Having to learn that knives are sharp and that you can get cut, because literally that could be. So watch it, some of you on the shadow side, because we could be talking about literal knives in a sense, okay, depending on your environment. So just watch the knives, okay, because that could be like a cut. So yeah, learning that knives are sharp and never having to get cut again. Love it. Never having to get cut again. What's at the bottom? I don't need another card because I didn't even know where I'm gonna put it. So Ace of Coins, right? You learn that the knife is cut, it's sharp. You learn that the pot is hot. You move on. You let it go. And there's an Ace of Coins, which is new beginning on the material plane. There's a new way of living. Okay, so the coins are material plane. Aces are beginnings, new beginning, new way of living. You do not have to learn the hard way, because this is my learning the hard way pal. You don't have to do that anymore if you pay attention. That's why I was doing all of the talking I was talking about at the beginning, okay? And maybe that's the right in front of you, is you kind of ignore cues, signs, signals, and all of the things. Stop doing that. Pay attention, okay? Use your mind wisely. But also don't like be afraid of your past and let it hold you back. Be fearless and bold, because that's another dominant thing of one, how to go about your blessings, but also how your blessings are going to come in. You don't have to be afraid of that, right? Like, you learn the pot is hot, so you just don't touch it anymore. You don't have to be afraid of the pot. You can still cook. You just don't grab it with your bare hands, right? That's the message, right? Yeah, knives are sharp, but you still need to cut things. Like, don't cut your hand. Be mindful of the way you're handling sharp weapons, right? Be cognizant. That's all you have to do. And that discernment and that intellect is here, right? I love that. So let me pull from these Astrology Days Oracle decks. Tell me more. What are the actual blessings coming in? Some of you literally, I don't know what area of life, or maybe your whole world, after some sort of a destruction. Could be any sense. A whole fresh start on life, like a whole new beginning, okay? One that like is completely open, that you can do whatever you want with, okay? Sometimes tower moments, because this feels like that, literally lead you to places. Because I mean, like, if you're comfortable, you're stable. I mentioned you needing to be triggered by something external to make the moves you need to make to get where you want out of life. Sometimes when you know, in the most shadow of sense, have nothing, you literally just, again, there's nowhere to go but up. So you just do new things that you normally wouldn't have explored, because it's like, what other choice do you have? I can see that for some of you. I feel like I remember this energy. There were certain groups I mentioned, like I feel like there was an energy of like some people that had like lost their homes and families, and like were really battling like with their health and addictions, like that really stepped into the power. I think towards like the end of last year, and like you're all like stepping into a beautiful cycle, a beautiful era. So I love that as you heal and grow and explore new opportunities. Tell me more about my blue jay. And I'm just like knocking the stand. It just is what it is at this point. Incoming energy. Jupiter, look at that. Grow and expand. Growth, expansion. So it rules Sagittarius and ninth house, which talks about spiritual ascension and development. It's like higher education. It's knowledge. It's knowledge that you use to broaden your perspective. Like, this is a broadened perspective. It also rules luck. So you have luck coming in. Love that. Let me see. Let me get one more. I'll take the bottom. But yeah, you've got the planet that rules luck. You've got the planet that rules expansion. Okay. You've got trine. Look at that. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Things are going to be a lot easier. You'll be able to grow, expand, be lucky, be fortunate in a very easy, harmonious way. Why? Because you're not going to put yourself in like triggering moments and situations, because that's really what it's all about, is ignoring red flags, right, in yourself and other people and circumstances, right? Ignoring hot pots, ignoring the fact that a knife is sharp and that you could potentially cut yourself, things like that, right? I'm using a lot of analogies and symbols here, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of using, because some of you are going to be like, yeah, knives are sharp. That's common sense. Why would I cut myself? Well, a lot of other things seemingly are common sense and would be to some people with a little more discernment that aren't to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you lack discernment in some ways that like a more savvy person would. And that's shadow, positive, all of that. So pay attention to what's going on. You've got house 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Okay, so karma here, for better, for worse. And then we've got let's see. This is also hidden things, hidden friends, hidden enemies. Okay, so a good thing is the revelation of those things could be the case, because Jupiter is a very loud, very large energy. The good thing about it is the blessing that's coming in is very loudly, very openly, very expansive way of harmoniously revealing this, which is you and external. So it's the aspects of yourself that are your self-imposed limitations, right? It's your blockages. It's aspects of yourself you're not familiar with. So you will be very much so exposed to yourself. Like, you'll be very clear in seeing your shadow, okay? But it won't be a traumatic experience anymore, because I get traumatic experiences. So after whatever is incoming or has happened or is happening, you have gentle lessons, right? Like, you'll be able to face your shadow from in a more harmonious way going forward. Again, you'll walk past hot pots, right? You won't cut yourself anymore, right? You'll recognize that lesson and move forward with ease and grace. That's what I'm seeing, okay? And also, very loudly but harmoniously, negative influences in your life, because this rules hidden enemies, people that may whether they intentionally mean to or just unconsciously are not good for you, will go away. You won't have to do anything. It won't be your action. You can and you should take action where you feel called to, and removing like certain people or removing yourself from certain situations, and that discernment to do so is on the table as one of the blessings. But you'll naturally gravitate towards healthier situations, because this also talks about hidden friends and allies, situations you normally wouldn't have recognized as being healthy and beneficial for you. Okay, so both sides. So what's at the bottom? Scorpio. Intensity, exposing, purging, renewing. Exact energy I was just talking about, right? Purging what cannot, what is not good for you, whether you realize it or not, whether they intend to be bad for you or not. Situations, circumstances, people, influence of all kind. Letting things transition as they should, okay? That flexibility to allow things to flow. Okay, you have perfect flow here. So let me pull from this other deck. Let's see. The biggest blessing here is discernment and luck that comes from that discernment. Not having to go through harsh lessons, not having people around that shouldn't be, not being in situations that are bad for you, not having to work too hard or think too hard about what would be good for you, who would be good to have around. Like some of you, that's really hard for you, okay? But it's not going to be for much longer, okay? If it still is. Tell me more. What's the blessings coming in for my Blue Jays? Trine. There's some things I mentioned under, there's something, circumstance, whatever. I don't know how it's going to apply. It would be different for all of you. Or maybe the card will tell me. Something is very easy that you just can't see. Like there's something that is easy. Trines are easy. Like harmony, angelic support. Like you're supported from the divine, by God, your spirit team. Like there's something you're very supported on that's very easy for you, could be easy for you that you just cannot see. Something that is incredibly lucky. Okay? What is it? What is it? Oh, it's in reverse. Am I holding it that way? I'm not. Look at you. I'm not. You're very close to achieving your goal. Give us moon. What is that? I'm going to obviously pull another one, but let me just sit with this for 1 second. Give us moon in reverse. You're very close to achieving your goal. Some of you don't even realize you have influences around you that are impacting your ability to achieve your goal. Like some of you have negative energy, people. It could be, the energy could be as simple as your past attachments, your self-imposed limitations, your limited perspective due to past experiences. It could be that simple, but it feels like, because this rules mental health, right? So it could be your own mind, but it also could be people. It could be settings, situations, and whatnot that are stopping you from reaching whatever your goals are, right? You're very close to achieving your goal. You are. This in reverse doesn't mean that you're not, because if you weren't close to achieving your goal, card wouldn't even come out. It's not that you're not close to achieving your goal. It's that you have a blockage to a goal you're very close to achieving. I don't know that I've read it that way, but there's a blockage to a goal. You're very close to achieving it. But you either are holding yourself back, could be that pessimistic perspective, or you have influences around you that may be external that you don't even realize that are negatively impacting you, okay? Give me one more. That's something. I knew, honestly, I thought that's what that was going to be. I'm not going to lie because it's come out a lot. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Who are you meant to be in this life? Okay, so step out of your comfort zone. Sorry that it's dark. I'm not putting on a light unless I have to. It's a dark, cloudy, rainy day, but I don't like to use light if I don't have to. It's harder on me as a channel. But North Node, who you're meant to go. You use your South Node as your natural skills and talents to propel you towards those areas of development. North Node is all about development. It's about who you're meant to grow into. It's not going to come natural to you. It's the opposite of that. That's why it says step out of your comfort zone. It's going to challenge you. It's going to be difficult. The question is, are you going to make certain lessons harder than they need to be as you actually step into lessons that may actually need effort, right? Because there's always going to be something that's hard, that's challenging. Some things you're making harder and more challenging, which is unnecessary, right? So take the easy lessons, right? Or take the learn the lessons that you've already done. This is a pile of repeating lessons. Stop doing that, okay? Especially if you find yourself in that state, stop repeating lessons, okay? I feel like a lot of you stop doing that. But for those of you where you're stepping into this isn't coming in, you're going to have to stop doing that because there are more lessons for you to learn, right? More challenges for you to develop through, and you can't because you just keep doing the same thing. Stop that, okay? Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Okay. Flexible, adaptive energy. Okay. Mutable signs are Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius. I said them completely out of order. That may be relevant to you. Okay. But those are the mutable placements. They end seasons. This is the end of a season. This is the end of a cycle. You're closing a cycle. Okay. Because mutable signs definitely do end seasons. What am I guess so. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm running out of space. Look at me. I think that's good enough. Okay. Yeah. Letting things shift and pivot. And knowing that life is ever changing. Nothing is ever stable. So like, don't be so rooted and fixed in nature. Because a lack of ability to initiate and a lack of ability to close, got you, is also a limitation. This is the stuck pile, right? Can't learn from the past and can't move forward to the future because you lack, I mentioned earlier, those cardinal initiating energies, whether you actually lack that in your chart or not, but you also lack the ability to be fluid and flexible, or historically have, to close cycles, right? Ending seasons, right? So that's where we talk about this energy, and you're gonna have to step out of your comfort zone into your North Node to do those things, right? And it's gonna be great. You have a great energy coming through. The reason why I'm reading it a lot like that instead of just the blessings is because those of you that is incoming is a very important lesson, because that 10 of Blades is not a joke. And those of you from the past perspective and current perspective, you know that. So you work with me while I do that, because you already know it can be bad. So I just want the incoming energy to kind of mind your energy, okay? And you'll have the discernment. But let's see. Again, I want to repeat before I pull, because I'm pulling from Melon Pop. Didn't plan that, but we're pulling from that today. So far, the blessings: brand new, fresh start, new beginning, one that you would not have been open to historically, one that is even better than you could have ever expected, because you lack that comprehension, you lack that discernment, that level of development to see it. Not having to learn things the hard way, because you're going to finally, if you do it right, close this cycle and move forward to the next one, closer to your North Node, on your path of who you're meant to become. I love that. It's going to feel like a lucky period if you do it right, because you're not going to make it harder on yourself. And in you doing that, Spirit's going to give you a little grace. It's going to be like you're divinely supported, right, through everything. Like things are just going to land in your lap in ways that you're like, oh, wow, that's crazy. This is my pile of everyday like miracles, right? So it feels chaotic, but it's literally the pile of, oh, yeah, everything can go wrong, but everything can go right. You see the polarity? If you're on one extreme, you have the capacity to reach the other. Everything goes wrong. Oh, everything goes right. That's how it happens. Okay. And just learning to balance and moderate that energy so that you're not constantly spiking, right? You want to get to the point where you flow. You can spike a little bit, but you want to flow to where it's not chaotic, to where you don't have like down moments, up moments. Okay. Let me see. Tell me more. What are the blessings coming in for this pile? Tell me about my Blue Jays. Oh, okay. Just like that. Well, community. Let me see. I know I'm wrong for this, but it's going to be fine. I promise. I'm like, it's dark. I don't want to put the light on. It's raining. Let me see if I can. Can I? I may have to suck it up. I don't want to. I'm probably going to have to. Give me a second. Okay, I let more light in. I was flexible. I compromised a little bit. I maneuvered so we can see now a little bit. So groups, family, neighbors, polygamy, and community. So what's coming in? Community. You're going to have support. You're going to have trustworthy helpful people around you, right? So you're not going to have to just be smart, savvy, and all of the things on your own. You're going to have the right people around you to help you, because you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be good at everything. You don't have to be completely discerning and perfect. No one is perfect, but you'll have the support structure around, if you don't already, like, because some of you, it is past, and this is the confirmation of you're in an environment where you're like, you have the family, the group, the neighbors, the support. Okay. So that's the blessing. And I also got that from a spiritual perspective, right? Because you do have angelic support on the table of the spirit team being very, very loud. So regardless of your religion, you'll feel supported, you'll feel protected, whatever that means in your religion. Like, you'll feel like you're divinely supported. Okay. I love that. Why am I holding this in reverse? What's going on? That's just me, because I was being all chaotic about the lighting. Sensuality, self-love, beauty, water, and fertility. Okay. Healing whatever blockages to this energy. That's the blessing. I love the Oshun message because it does talk about being divinely supported. And it talks about living a life where you have more than what you need. It talks about indulging and enjoying life's pleasures, right? Especially in community. So that's what you have coming in. That's the blessing of kind of just living in your self-love, sensual energy, and just being very fulfilled in your collective spaces. Beautiful. So I'm going to move over here because I need some space. And then, yeah, let me pull from this deck that I have. Oh, you do have to let go. Okay, you have to let go. Definitely do. Something about water, possibly seafood, because I did see the crab. Where's water here? Oshun rules rivers. Okay. Tell me more about what my pile number 3, my Blue Jay Spirit. What are the blessings coming in for this pile? Oh, so here's the funny part. I'm gonna take this in a second. What I was about to say, and I didn't want to like make it a thing, but you know, I gotta stop doing that. When I don't want too much of a shadow in a pile, because this is a shadow pile. It's a pile where you just either had a shadow, heavy shadow as a history, you're living it now and you're stepping out of it, or like it's about to hit. And I didn't want to say it like that because I don't want to like fearmonger and alarm anyone, but I mean, life happens. There's always going to be something chaotic that happens, but like whatever it is from the shadow side, it's to pivot you, it's to deviate you, it's to stop you from doing. And it makes sense considering the energy that stepped in at the beginning, I'm realizing. But like, it is you know, because I always talk about like, why do you need community? Community, you either need it because you're really successful, right? And you need that protection because like of physical people around you, as well as your spirit team, you know, because you're so blessed. Or, you know, something happens and you have all of these people around, like, because you need the support in a worse way. So just be cognizant of that, because so far this is the most shadow pile. Okay. Again, the dominant energy is past, possibly present, you know, like, and I don't just say that to make you feel good. Because honestly, if you don't like, you know, if this is your past or not. If this is not your past, do not lie to yourself. You either picked the wrong pile or it's incoming. You know what I mean? So just be cognizant and honest with yourself, because feels like a heavy shadow past pile or incoming, and it's the one pile where I got that. So I don't know what's going on. I'm like trying to look at the thumbnail. I guess I could see. I don't know. Because I just make the thumbnail and I make it attractive. Like I make a thumbnail that I would click, right? But yeah, now, okay, so the reason why we're having this conversation, look here. Karmic justice, right? For better, for worse. Somebody in the comments was like, stop saying that it's scary. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be scary, but I also don't lie. Like, I don't want, there's always both, right? I don't want to make you think, because what do I look like telling you, like, oh, you have this great karma coming in? Like, I don't want to be all ominous in my woo-woo reads. So like, I don't want to be like, oh, you have this great life coming in, and then just kind of like exclude the fact that, the way you handle yourself before you get to that great blessing is going to be destruction. Like, why would I withhold the destruction? You know how in the movies they're like, oh, this is coming, you're gonna like meet like whatever people, you're gonna be like, I don't know, like you're gonna win the lottery, but they don't tell you like what, like you're gonna lose everything first. I don't know. I have to tell you that. Like, I have to tell you that. But we have karmic justice, for better, for worse. Okay, so I'll read the book because I think that's like my first time seeing that card. And we'll pull a couple more. Karmic justice. Like I said, don't overreact, because some of you like have trauma from your past that you're clearing or need to heal. And I don't want you like to overreact like, oh my gosh, like she's telling me like I'm about to go through something again. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, if this is your past, this is your past. The only way that this is incoming, if this is your past, is if you are incredibly hard-headed. Like, you have to be exceptionally hard-headed, because if you lived a 10 of blades, survived a 10 of blades, and you go back for more, I can't help you, right? Like, I truly can't. So if you seek the balance of karma, then this card is a positive sign that whatever the outcome of a particular situation, it will be a fair one. Karmic justice doesn't look the same for everyone because we have different values and desires. Don't expect the repercussions to be immediate or of the same nature. They will be of equal worth. However, if your efforts have been unfair, this card could also mean that it's time to accept the consequences. Put bias and prejudice aside and open your heart. The endless knot on this card symbolizes wisdom, compassion, and balance in the universe. Okay? And it says the energy we spend is the energy we receive. Listen, I mean, it is what it is. On the shadow side, it is what it is. Now, here's those of you, I don't want y'all overreacting already. Can feel some of you like nervous, like I'm not sure. Listen, have you learned? Have you grown? Have you evolved beyond whatever lessons, right? Like, have you learned discernment? Have you felt like you've grown as a person, right? Because again, some of you, your shadow, even on the light side, is that you're paranoid, okay? And that you don't know how to like initiate or finish things because you're kind of probably stuck and paralyzed in fear. Right, would be fear. Like you get nervous and you get like stuck. That's your trauma. Stop that. Okay, it's like just roll with it. Okay, because the karmic justice for those of you where it's been that bad that you're like literally traumatized, possibly in therapy, need healing. Karmic justice talks about receiving the other end of that, of receiving the peace, receiving the calm, right? Receiving the harvest, the new beginning, right? You have community and Oshun stepping in. Beautiful, loving, fertile energy. Fertility talks about getting things, a harvest, okay? Great things coming in for you, okay? But you have to help yourself. Yeah, you have to help yourself. I'm not going to take any of these, but you have balanced emotions, leadership, and growth of energy. So growing, right? Being more balanced in your energy. Don't allow your emotions to take control of you in a negative sense. And leadership talks about, it could be any area of life, but it talks about taking the initiative, right? That being fearless and bold when it comes to your life and your desires. Okay. So I'm getting at least 2 more. I think I took 4 in the other piles. So we'll see. It's going to be related to community. Creativity. I talked about that, right? So creativity, you've got karmic justice. And karmic justice is not just about you receiving it. Like, I feel like I feel like I've said it before and I don't know where, but I feel like this is my pile of like witnessing justice. Like, karmic justice is not just about like you receiving like justice, karmic justice. Because the good thing is, I said, what's the good karma coming in for you? Literally good karma. Okay. Those of you where you've gotten past that. Okay. Good karma, literally good karma. That's why it feels incredibly lucky and supported. Good karma coming in. Things are literally going to land in your lap. I think I mentioned like miraculous things happening. This is my pile of like, oh, everyday miracles. That's the vibe, right? Especially when it comes to creativity and inspiration. But you will see karmic justice okay? Because we do have that house 12. So wherever you've been wronged or, because I mean, yes, accountability, but it's for everyone. You're accountable, and other people are also accountable for their actions. I think that's what we mean by this community card anyway, because community is collective spaces, other people, right? Your relationships, other people. So you will see karmic justice for better and worse. Okay, I know y'all hate that. For better and worse around you. You will see people be blessed that, may be deserving, or that have, however they've moved or whatever. And you'll see, like, I mean, I hate to say it, like, karmic justice for people that may hurt communities and all the things like that. This is the power of getting, but also observing. Okay. But you'll be very creative soon. Like, you'll feel inspired. You'll have a lot of energy. I love that for you. So let me see, because I feel like this is my rundown pile. Gotta be, because 10 of Blades is absolutely nothing. And with the 5 of Cups, it's, again, traditionally it's 3 cups filled over, to the point where you don't even have the energy to worry about the 2 you still have. It's like, man, I just knocked over these 3 cups. What am I going to do? Yeah, you still have 2, right? The blessing is you'll be able to see the 2 cups still available to you. But in the moment, you're like face down with knives in your back, and you just knocked over 3 cups. It's like, it's over with. You know what I mean? That's the vibe. So I can see that. I can see that. You're not going to be in that energy anymore. All right. So let me get more. That's so many cards. I'm not going to fight back, because maybe this is the pile of having been through so much that you need all of this confirmation. Incoming energy is you overcoming your fear. And I love that. Overcome fear. You will overcome your fear. Okay. Whatever that is. Overcoming fear. Nothing is set in stone. Okay. Letting things transition. So okay. What I love about this is what all of this is incoming. It's not even real yet. They're going to tell us. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, Pile 3. Nothing is just set in stone. It's transitioning. Close of a cycle. Ending of a season. Still building. Still formulating. Still transitioning. Scorpio is 8th house. It's debts and inheritances. So this may be inherited things. Elixir of life. Look at you. You probably came from another pile. Elixir of life talks about good health, good wellness. It also says, if I remember correctly, it says life is short. I may get the book, but it says life is short, live your life, okay? And then we have change, right? Allow things to transition. Literally landed on the things that need to transition. Luna, moon, ebb and flow, talks about cycles and just being fluid, right? But also being receptive, because Luna is the moon. I may get the book for her as well. And then we've got financial security. Love that for you. I forgot to mention Scorpio rules other people's money. Okay. So that could apply in any of this that I've already talked about, but it does rule other people's money. Now, when I say inheritances, it could talk about winning money or surprising money, or just, you know what I mean? Like getting money that is owed to you. But financial security is here. Okay, and it's the last card. So I'm going to get the book real quick. I can do so because we're closing it out. We're about to close it out. I have the New Orleans Oracle that I'm going to get, one final advice card, as well as one hard what's coming in. But what is the elixir of life? Okay. Mortality is a reminder that life is short. The Elixir of Life card does not offer immortality, but it does show up in a reading to remind you that there are things that are greater than us. And by adopting this philosophy, we can become part of a whole that is of itself immortal. We want both simplicity and abundance, and seeing the pure energy connecting us can be liberating. Our unconditional capacity for love and kindness is immeasurable and has the ability to remove all fear. Acknowledging the laws of nature that govern the universe places on us the power and responsibility to create our own sense of meaning. Energy lives forever. That's that karmic debt. I'm not gonna lie. That's karmic debt on the shadow sense. And it talks about yeah, energy lives forever. You can't just like act like things didn't happen or don't happen. in a worse way, but in a good thing, it talks about that collective space, right? Our unconditional capacity for love and kindness is immeasurable and has the capacity to remove all fear. It talks about removing fear, right? So you, with that community card, you're going to see a lot of kindness come to you. Oh, that's so sweet. Now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't see that one come. You're going to see a lot of kindness come in, okay? Some of you in the shadow, you're going to see kindness coming in from spaces you didn't expect it to, right? Because if you're that shadow, I don't know what the shadow is. Like the shadow could be the lack of discernment, or it could be just like moving funny and all the things. Because usually when you see a shadow, there are shadow traits that wouldn't be likable to others. Okay. So, you know, maybe the blessing is certain people having grace with you where you probably, depending on who you ask, wouldn't deserve it, or just, you know, the grace of God, whatever it is, just having people having grace for you in situations where they could very easily not. Okay. So that actually is very good, and that's a blessing, but for real. And then those of you where you've not had that, especially where you've been kind of isolated and all things, you're going to have more of that coming in to support you and put you where you're going to go. All right. And I wanted to see what Luna was, because yeah, it's the moon. It's the moon, but I want to, she must be here. Yeah, she's right here. This card represents the freedom of desire and the illuminated path of moonlit dreams. The night can bring comfort to your imagination. The night can bring comfort to let your imagination fly and to show your wild side. In the dark, our subconscious can bring to surface vivid clues of a hidden situation. You can achieve your goals and desires if you pay close attention. See, it talks about things coming to light. Okay. Talks about the limitations of logic and reason and still elevating above that, right? It says this card can also represent prophetic dreams and the unrealized wild side that calls upon you. And so it will be. So pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams, especially if you're having dreams of certain people and certain situations, circumstances, those dreams are messages. Pay attention to the dreams, okay? And talks about intuition, and talks about things coming to light, things in the dark coming to light, for better, for worse. Okay. In the back, in reverse, you've got confidence. You may lack confidence. Don't worry about it. It's coming in. Why? Because I placed it in reverse. It was not in reverse. And when I put it on reverse, I put it out on Oshun, and Oshun helps with that confidence. Okay. You're going to have the confidence. And then third eye. Okay. You're going to be a lot more discerning. Some of you actually are psychic, whether you realize or not, okay? But confidence. And we've got the bee with the crown. I love that that's the bottom, because bees are associated with Oshun. So look at you. Look at you. Again, divinely supported pile. So let me get ready to close this out. Let me take this out of the way. Give me my advice card for pile number 3, and then give me one heart card that gives what the actual blessing is. Community support, regardless of why you need it, okay? Financial security, especially in circumstances that have been manipulated, right? But honestly, this is the power of the blessing, is karmic justice. Good karma coming in for you after some hardship, whether because you've learned the lessons and you've healed and grown, and now you're being rewarded for that by a higher power, or if you've been actively targeted or influenced in any way, all the things, okay? It could be a variety. All of you are living different experiences that are similar. So your specifics will be different, okay? What's the advice for this pile, please? I love it, love it, love it. Okay, you've got confidence. Be very confident in your self-love. This is a heavy ocean pile. Okay, I don't know what your religion is, but like that, like, yeah, because like, look, you've got healing energy. Letter H may be relevant because you've got healing energy. Underneath that is happiness. But you've got confidence, which is B, and crown, right? Confidence. And then you've got Oshun, which says self-love, but you got self-care. So your advice is just to look out for yourself. Okay, whatever that means. That could be in the hardest of sense, but also could just be like letting yourself enjoy life, right? Like self-care. This is the power of self-care. And this could be foreshadowing of, as if this isn't coming, making sure you take care of yourself best you can through whatever transition. Okay? And knowing that you're supported through the lesson. Okay? You're supported through the lesson. Those of you where this is historical, make sure that, especially if you've lost healthy habits, because again, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups is not lightweight energy at all. If you've lost track of those things, or if you're not doing it as you're experiencing that energy, make sure that you're at the minimum doing as best you can in your self-care, right? Water, food, whatever, right? Because you have to still take care of yourself. Right? You have to live to fight another day. Okay? So just don't lose sight of your self-care. Okay? And if you have, get back on track. Okay? I'll read the book in a second. Well, let's do it now before I get that other card. Some of you I think I accidentally called one of the cards number 12 in a previous pile. So if you ended up in that pile, definitely meant to be here too, because I think I called it number 12. In one of the cards. So it says it's time to put your focus on taking care of yourself in the most basic ways. Yep. Pampering yourself with a long bath, taking extra care about the food you put in your body, getting enough rest, and simply taking some time for yourself is recommended right now. You are close to running on empty, and it's taking a toll on you more than you realize. Sometimes self-care can be as simple as learning when to say yes or no at the right moment based on how you feel. Take this time to care for yourself and notice how quickly things start to fall into place in a more effortless way. What did I say? Take this time to care for yourself and notice how quickly things start to fall into place in a more effortless way. I said that. Listen to me. Okay? Some of you, and I got that from that message, regardless of what the tower, blah, 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 blah moment is, some of you are literally just running yourself into the ground. Right? Karmic justice is stopping you from doing that further, right? Like that, some of you, that's the repeated cycle, is the overextending energy. Okay. Some of you on the shadow sense is the vampiric energy. Okay. Like the shadow sense is the vampiric energy. You're going to learn to not be that way, because I don't know how, but it just, but stop running yourself into the ground. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. That's a huge thing. You got it twice. Literally Oshun on the table. Depending on your religion or your spiritual practices, I respect all religions, right? Have to be to channel the energy to an audience as broad as this one. It's not a lot of you here in the grand scheme of like influencer stuff, but you're all from a lot of different places. I looked, okay? So regardless of whatever your religion is, whatever higher being, angel, whatever would be considered one of that would help you find your self-love, help you find your confidence, that's where you need to go, okay? Some of you in the Abrahamic faith, you're just going to pray to God like you should, but just find your self-love, your self-confidence, your self-care. That's the priority. So let me see what's incoming. We'll close it out. Because see, I do the self-care thing too. I'm teaching you. I lead by example. I'm taking a break after this. So some of you need to take a break after this. Go drink some water, okay? Let me see what's coming in for my pile 3. Is that 2? I think it's 2. And guess what? It's maturing energy. You may need a desert rose, because it landed near the desert rose, but it also landed on that darn Scorpio transition, that's inheritances, and it landed on the mutable let things transition. So what's incoming, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in a minute. This is very important, okay? What's incoming? Keep going. Whether that's keep going away from the negative influences, the spaces, but keep going, okay? Keep going towards something and use your intuition. You're going to have to use your intuition on what I'm talking about, but that psychic card did show up. You can see things clearly. Some of you have very, very beautiful eyes. That's a thing, okay? I don't know why it's a thing, but maybe it's to call your attention to your third eye, okay? And your ability to see, okay? But keep going, use your intuition. Okay, that's what's coming in. Your intuition is going to lead you on your path for sure. So I'm going to pull the book. Let me see what's at the bottom just because I am nosy a little bit. But let me see. Keep going. Says there are many times when we feel like we've had enough, done enough, been through enough. Oh yeah, that's that rock bottom energy. It says these feelings of frustration are just reminders that we are not yet where we want to be, but we're on our way. You're almost there. Nothing is yet set in stone. Closing a cycle, okay? Yeah. Take a moment to count the small milestones that are contributing to the bigger picture. Sometimes we can be so focused on where we are, not, oh, okay. I was going to say that. It says sometimes we can be so focused on where we're not that we forget how far we've come. Right now, it is important that you continue to move forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. You are on the right track and success will be inevitable. But if you allow yourself to dwell on the negative thoughts or put your energy into things that you cannot control, then you will more than likely buy into the illusion of being stuck and it will be harder for you to move forward. Keep going. I mentioned the overextending energy. Some of you are trying to like, Rome was not built in a day, right? Like the world was not made in a day. Like stop trying to get everything done today. Like take some space, take breaks in like all of the things. Like some of you are really like running yourself down, overextending because you're trying to ascend too quickly, right? Like people make a 5-year plan and you think you're going to hit it in one. That's not realistic. And it's not like you miss important developmental milestones when you do that. So you miss the important lessons along the journey because you're so busy trying to race to the top. Stop that. Stop that. Okay. I'll read intuition and close it out. The blessing is the patience with yourself and the world around you to do that. You don't even realize. You're not going to see it, but you're going to have the patience with yourself to enjoy life and slow down and smell the roses. Some of you need to slow down and smell the roses. Everything, you're not where you want to be. So like everything's bad. Like you are blessed already in some senses. And I think there's a lack of gratitude. I mentioned a greedy energy at the beginning. It hit me just now. Some of you lack gratitude. That's not good. Okay. That's not good. Okay. Intuition. Intuition is the accurate inner, oh, that's lightning. Your intuition is spot on about something, okay? Intuition is the accurate, especially if you were thinking about something just now when I said that, like that, I know you saw that lightning, okay? It says intuition is the accurate inner knowing that each of us is born with. If you choose to tune into it consistently, it will become stronger and it can help to guide you and bring you peace throughout every aspect of your life. You are being called to ask yourself, what do I feel about this? By remembering to start with that question, it will allow you to understand the difference between what you think and what you feel. Sometimes it's necessary to be aware of the profound difference between the nature of these two things. You are not being asked to completely sacrifice intellectual thought, but rather combine it with your gift of intuition in order to gain more balance and clarity in your life decisions. Okay, you need to balance. Stop being, use your mind wisely, but you need some common sense too. Like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, because you got intellectual knowledge, right? Like, you know how we talk about book smart. You got a lot of book smart, but like you need some common sense. Like you need to use your trust your instincts, like the feelings that can't quite be taught. Like when you know you're in danger, like maybe like I've never been in this dangerous situation before, but I know I should run. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things people don't have to tell you. You just have instinct. Okay, like nobody ever taught you, like nobody told you to breathe. You just do. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. That's the thing with this pile. So let me see what's at the bottom. Just to be nosy, elusive priestess. I'm not reading that. You're coming from all of the piles that just keep coming out in, and I'm not doing it. So find a reading where it's in there. I'm not pulling out the book, but you're avoiding things. Okay, and I think this actually came out. I think this came out in some of the other piles I may have sent you to because it's coming back to me. I'm remembering a lot that I normally don't because I channel energy. It passes through me a lot of times and I move on. But for whatever reason, they're sending me messages of past like energy or readings that may be relevant to this pile. So go back to some of those readings I mentioned earlier. there's some cycles you need to close, okay, for better, for worse, okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my red cardinals. I do have some channel messages for you before I get into the thing where I explain how this goes for those of you that are new. So something regarding a shift and a pivot, and I've been talking about that a lot lately, so maybe you're selecting those piles. So originally I reset your deck, your animal oracle, and at the bottom was the coyote spirit. So I don't know, you may see coyotes or that may be a thing, but I heard Coyote Ugly. Somebody might really like that movie or whatever, but I think it says trust in divine detours, and you may be divinely guided to shifts or something like that. Let's just channel just divine detours. And it could literally, it doesn't have to be all like spiritual, philosophical. It doesn't have to be any this spiritual ascension. It doesn't even have to be like a mental evolution. It could simply be take a different path somewhere you normally go, like do something different, switch up your routine, take a different like road, or you know what I mean, like something about it, like if you come up on some construction, go around it. Like it could be that simple, okay? It could be that simple. But I say that, but something called me, like when I got up, I moved around, I did some other things, and then I sat back down. And when I sat back down, I was like, I don't know, I feel like I need to reset it again. And I did. And then at the bottom, we've got be peace, dove spirit. So it's like, don't make things any harder than need to be. Do what feels easy. Do what feels natural. Take the easiest path. Like, you know how there's the road less taken, right? You know how there's always that, like, the road less taken, like taking the hard path, going against the grain. Like, you can do something unique and different, but it doesn't have to be hard. For you, for whatever reason, it feels like it needs to be easy. Be peace. And I actually, in the original version of this, I'm going to make some playlists so it's easier for you guys to find on the channel now that I'm doing these recurringly. But dove was one of the piles. Okay, so maybe you are the dove spirit, or maybe you were at one point. If you weren't, I'm telling you now, maybe you might be the dove spirit from that original reading, just because it came out, right? Like, again, every time it happens, I'm like, how is it that the birds I'm picking, this isn't even a bird deck. Like, for perspective, you can see, right? Like, there's a rhino, overcoming the obstacle, armadillo, so set healthy boundaries. They may be messages just by me opening it up, but it's not birds strictly in this deck. So for them to pop out when I'm resetting and all the things, it just says a lot. So go back to that dove spirit reading, but be peace. Do whatever is easiest. Like, take the easy path. This is a pile that needs to know, do what is easy, okay? And I don't mean easy in the sense of it like whatever is easy is not scary. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know that. I'm not saying take the easy way out so you can avoid growth. I'm saying proceed in the easiest direction. Like I mentioned, the construction, like you don't have to drive through construction. Go around it, or go around the traffic. Could be that as well. So let me just get a good shuffle. Like, this is about your message is be easygoing. Like, live your life in an easygoing sense. Do what would put you in a position to live an easygoing life. Let me say that. Like, don't be easygoing, because I don't know that. Like, I don't want to tell you to do something or not do something that you should, but take the path that gives you the most grace, that makes things easier for you. Okay, that's the thing. All right, what are the blessings coming in for my pile number 4, my cardinal spirits? Give me 1 second. Let me maneuver in the background. I lost my thumbnail. I was like, let me find the thumbnail. It's up now. It's up. The red cardinal. Take what comes to you naturally. This feels familiar. Take what comes to you naturally. There's actually 2. I'm going to take them both. This is my secondary one. This is my first one. Whatever's at the bottom, we'll roll with it. But take what comes to you naturally. You don't have to chase. I'm not saying don't be active, because, again, I don't want to speak prematurely, because I don't know something about this energy. Normally, I would just say be easygoing, be passive, all of the things. Maybe in some areas, but I feel very hesitant And I'm trusting my intuition because I'm a skilled intuitive, right? And among a variety of other things. I don't know. I don't feel like I need to tell you to be easygoing. I feel like I need to tell you to put yourself in a position to where you can live an easygoing life. So there's something you may need to go after, okay? But let it come. Whatever came to you, take it. Maybe that's the active, like whatever comes to you naturally. So like, for example, if you're I don't know, like let's say you're looking for a job. That's an easy example. Or applying to school. That's a good example as well. You're putting the applications in, and like maybe you're not getting what you want, or you're not getting any bites. I see people all the time talking about how they're struggling to find get interviews and callbacks. But then you get an offer, right? Like someone's like, hey, maybe you should apply here, right? And even school, like a school you didn't expect to put in for, okay? Because it feels like a pile of learning. So it's either professional development or academic development, but it could be other things too. But that's just what I'm getting, okay? Or even a learning how to travel and journey. Like some of you may take a road trip for the first time and like you're not used to that. So like you're trying to like map it out, like a cross country trip or something like that, like trying to map it out how it's gonna go. I got that specific instance. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. It doesn't have to be this huge project, okay? Look at you, peacock spirit, let it shine. Okay, be yourself. Like, okay, so that's why I got that vibe of do what puts you in a position of ease. You have to stand out, like let it shine, like be yourself, right? Be visible, be seen, go out, explore, do whatever you feel called to do, but you have to be seen. Let it shine, like show your personality, show who you are, be loud, go out and get what you want, but don't make it harder than it needs to be. Like take the easiest path you can take, right? Like the path of least resistance. I heard, like don't make it harder than it needs to be. Stop doing that, but let it shine, be seen. Look at that lit up heart space on this peacock. I love that. I love that. Okay. I don't know that we've gotten that card yet. So that's great to see. Take the lead. I told you, I know what I'm talking about. So those of you that are new, I do not need these cards. I'm going to go back to my little thing that I saved for the new people because I'm realizing I got so excited about just trucking along that I did not properly introduce the reading style. Take the lead. That's why when I was channeling, I didn't want to tell you to be passive. That's why I said take the path of least resistance, but like take the path, like go do something, act, right? Let it shine. Take the lead. These are both very active energies, okay? But be active in what flows to you naturally. Be active in what feels natural. Okay, not anything that needs to be forced. That the whole message overall is do not force things. Do not try to control things. Be receptive and accepting. So for those of you that are new, I gotta go back. It's 7 minutes in, so I hope you didn't like go away. And if you did, I mean, it is what it is. But for those of you that are new, I read past, present, and incoming energy. Okay, and I read from a polarity. So there's usually a light as well as a shadow side of the reading. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. Okay, you can be both in different areas of life or both at various stages of life. Okay, so just make sure you choose your right piles and that you know where you are and where you're going. You could be various piles as well, right? But you need to be active. Let it shine, take the lead, but don't force things. Naturally, organically, okay? All right, at the bottom, flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. I heard, enjoy each step of the journey. Like, it's not about being stagnant. It's about, right? Like, it's about being comfortable enough where you are to where you fully experience it. Okay, that's what's important. Being comfortable enough where you are to fully experience it. Knowing that you're going to let it shine, knowing that you're taking the lead, knowing that you're going to evolve and grow and expand and continue to gently, right? And the path of least resistance, going for what you want, enjoying your current and present moment, okay? Let me pull from this tarot. Let me see something. Your bird is actually the only one that is not flying. That could have something to do with this message. Tell me more about my pile number 4, my red cardinals. What are the blessings coming in for my red cardinals? It's probably the luxury of taking the path with least resistance. This is the maturing energy of, what did I say? 6 of coins, the luxury of taking a path of least resistance. The 6 of coins talks about charity. Okay, it's charity work. Okay, I don't know how that applies to you. Could be just you receiving what you need or giving what others need. Something about this energy though, it's the Prince and Pauper card, right? So it's traditionally depicted as like someone without means that has nothing, receiving from someone that has extra, right? It's like giving a beggar on the street. That's the traditional artwork. And so 6 of coins talks about doing those things and being on the receptive end of those things where applicable. Okay, so getting the support you need where you're lacking, and also being able to offer support that it comes naturally to you where others are lacking. That's the energy. You'll be in, I'm hearing you'll be in environment spaces where this is the transaction, right? Because it's a transaction in your life. Like you'll be able to support people where they need support, but you'll get what those people will be able to support you in ways where you're lacking as well. Okay, so it could be community space, but you have to go out and let it shine, because peacock is a very visible, it's a kind of a showboaty kind of card, right? Like it's a card that really stands out. Like it's a bird that really likes to be flashy. All right, so let me get more. Tell me more about this red cardinal, please. I'll take all 4. Peacock lets me know, and take the lead, lets me know that this is kind of probably my more timid personality type, right? Because to be told to let it shine means that like your feathers probably, like, again, this is the one bird who doesn't have the wings spread. Like this is the one bird of the 4 that's not spreading the wings. Okay, that means something. Okay, we've got 3 of coins. Talks about building and collaboration. So yeah, collaborating more, especially if you're kind of the type to kind of just do things alone, like especially in like professional academic settings. You'll be working on more like group projects. Okay, and then you've got magician. That's Gemini energy of communication, 3rd house of short travels. I mentioned driving. This could be, some of you have a specific message. Don't go through the construction. Just don't do it. It's not okay. Like avoid the traffic, just go around. Okay, that's a message. It's not necessary. Just go around. Okay. But yeah, because Gemini is short travels. It actually rules cars. It's a sign that rules cars and driving around in a local community. So just go around the traffic, go around the construction. Don't worry about it. Okay. Where you know. Now, if you don't know and you come up on it, and you still can deviate. But I mean, if you have an option, don't do that. Okay. I don't know why. I'm just saying don't do it. Okay. So yeah, and then or if you feel called not to go somewhere, don't. If you feel called to go somewhere, do. All right. Local community energy, communication, that's early childhood. Magicians create things, okay? Let it shine. Take the lead. You're being called to be very, very active, but in an efficient way. You're being called to act from a place of ease, right? Like again, don't be bulldozing, rushing, being aggressive, fighting through things, right? Like it talks about, it talks about being very active towards opportunities that are available to you, that present themselves to you versus you seeking them out. Okay, that's what I got. Okay, that's what I got. Okay, King of Elixirs is a calming time. It talks about being calm. Yeah, exactly. This is actually the epitome of the energy. So it's not gender specific, but if we wanted to take a person and make this would be a very receptive masculine. This would be an individual that's masculine, active, strong, and aggressive, but not from an overactive sense, not from a dominating sense, from when it's available. Okay, it makes sense to do so now. I'm receiving and opening, let me go. kind of a vibe. I hope I'm describing this energy right. Like I said, it's not gender specific, but this is the approach you're being called to take, right? Again, don't make it harder than it needs to be. All right. Gemini talks about being highly intelligent and strategic, right? It's ruled by Mercury, the sign of strategy. Okay. I mean, the planet of strategy. It is the sign of strategy, actually. Okay. At the bottom, Wheel of Fortune. I love it. Fixed sign energy. Okay. It talks about the wheel turning. This is the primarily light pile, which I love for you. It talks about things changing for the better, things turning in your fortune. If you take the approach I'm telling you, you're going to be very, very successful. You're going to see lots of fortune, lots of blessings, lots of luck. Okay. I don't know why this is, but like your blessing, luck, like luck. You're going to be very lucky, very supported. You're going to have everything you need. You're going to have the right kind of people around you. If you just allow things to flow, don't chase, right? Don't chase, but like take what flows to you naturally. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Like, it's just such a weird energy. It's such a weird energy that I'm not quite sure how to completely communicate it effectively. So we'll we'll work hard at it. We'll power through. All right. I also heard do the best you can. Yeah, Gemini energy. Be very smart. Be very intuitive. Communicate effectively, but also listen. Okay, listen. Okay, because curiosity, intellect, and networking, all things we talked about very often. Again, that same sign that rules that magician. So local community, short travels, cars. Just be smart in that area. Okay. I'm realizing some of you don't even, okay, so here's the hilarious thing. I love this for you, those of you, especially if you've been needing it and such. Some of you are getting a car soon. Look at you. I love that. If you need a car, you're getting one. That's the blessings. Because, I mean, I put positive surprises. It's unexpected blessings, really. But the way I'm wording it is just what I can fit in the title. But some of you are going to get a car soon. I love that. Okay. Stag is really standing out. So that could be very, very relevant. Okay. Look at you. Some of you are getting like a really flashy car pretty soon. I like that. Go you. So yeah, I guess this wants to flow here because like I dropped it, but I meant to drop it here and it floated there. Some of you, it's a second car. Okay. If the energy I'm talking about, the construction and the deviating a path, if you lost the car, ruined the car, it's fine. You'll get another car. Like, you know, as long as you're safe and everything, you'll be very fortunate. You'll be able to replace it. Okay. In the meantime, just, it is what it is. Power through it the best you can. Be adaptive in your schedule. If you need to catch rides with people or if you need public transit, just take it easy. But you're getting a car. It's going to be a nice car. It's going to be one you really like. I love that for you. Might not be tomorrow, but it'll be a nice car that you really like. Okay. I like that. Look at you. So let me get another one. Some of you are just going to treat yourself to a car, or you'll be fortunate enough to be able to get a car that you really like. Some of you may actually be gifted a car. Look at you. Love that. All right. Give me. I've not gotten that kind of message before. That's interesting. What else? What is coming in? Some of you might really need that. Look at you. What is going on? Capricorn, ambition, realism, methodical stuff. Some of you is going to be like a company car. Some of you may get a company car, depending on the job, because I'm realizing that. But ambition, realism, methodical steps. Okay, that is Saturn-based energy. It is ruler of karma. It does talk about hard work. It talks about patience. It talks about building over time. It talks about long time coming. Okay, long time coming. And it also talks about 10th house, career, social status, reputation, all of the things. Okay, so you'll be blessed in that area, but it mirrors that let it shine of public perception, of like being out socially with other people and such. So let me see what's at the bottom. Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Some of you have really old car. If you're able to, it's time. Okay, like it's time. It's not. It's on the last leg. Okay, and that's okay. If the struggle is job, I see an opportunity coming about, possibly one that you don't expect, or even if you do expect something about it, you won't expect. Maybe the pay won't be expected. You'll feel like you're really getting offered a lot for you, right? It'll be a good group setting, but you'll be able to get the car you need or replace the car you need, okay? When we talk about that. Because some of you need a car, want a car, have a dream car, okay? Let me see. All right. I'm very surprised that that car came through that heavily. Some of you, like, I don't know, like, I'm not really like a car person, like, you know, like, I mean, I can appreciate a nice car. I was just shocked that this came through. Some of you really want that. And, you know, if that's what you want, then I see it coming. I do. I promise. So let me see. Let me get some more messages. What are the blessings coming in for my cardinals? What's the blessing, the good karma coming in for this pile? I think it's a maturing energy, and it is inheritances and luck. Some of you might have win a car. Where are y'all going? What are y'all doing like that? Somebody's gonna like win a car. That's funny. What is this? Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Okay. I want to get off the car thing because it's so specific, right? It is. When we talk about that energy where we talked about taking what comes to you naturally and being very aggressive when it does, your commitment is being tested here, okay? So early stages, very soon, figuring it. It's okay to figure it out, with embrace the in-between, right? Like you don't have to be perfect, but like take what comes to you naturally. Don't force things, okay? Because I could see you wanting to force things when you feel challenged, right? Like if, like for example, if you really want another job, or if you've really been looking for one, or if you're nervous you're not going to get into school, so you just keep like applying to random schools in places you know you're not going to move to. Like some of you do that, like you're applying to schools in like places that you know you're not going. Like that's a waste of an application fee. Please stop. But you fear not getting into the schools you want and all the things like that. But like, you know, some of you, if you would utilize your network, right? Here we are. 3 of Pentacles is collective space, right? It's community space, collaborative space. Like some of your friends, past classmates. 6 of Pentacles could be mentors. It could be people that have done it before you, people that are that have already done that, right? Like alumni, all the things. If you reach out to those people that are available to you, you'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. Yeah. So let me get one more. Some of you, especially when we talk about specifics with school, it's okay to miss the first semester. It's okay to sit out a semester if you're feeling rushed, okay, with first quarter. Some of you, like, whatever it is, if you don't get an early start on it, like, it's fine. Don't let that, like, throw you off. Because some of you are, like, my way or the highway. Some of you are a little bit excessive. You're like, if I can't get in, like, first semester, I'm not going at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like some of you are like, it's not working out. Like I'll just stop completely, because like you're like that, you know, that first quarter moon, you get tested early and you're like, nah, I'm not worried about it anymore. I don't want to do it. That's not, you can't be like that. You can't be like that. All right. You can't be like that. Okay. Or you like get aggressive and try to like force the situation and like waste all of your money trying to like apply to random schools and random places. Like that's just an analogy. That could be manifesting in your life in a variety of ways. What's this? What I said. I love it. Cardinal moon. That's initiating energy. It says be bold and make the first move. What did I just say? And it's in reverse. It says don't do that. Your commitment is being tested. Let it come to you. Okay? Let it come to you naturally. And this past, present, like if it came to you, like, because I don't want to be, oh, well, it has to come to me, so let me just sit idle, because this is my personality type. The dominant energy here is one of that will be idle and passive. when it comes to the things you want. When it presents itself to you, you have to take it. Okay? But like, don't go out chasing random stuff. Okay? Like jobs, like random jobs, random like schools, like random, even like friendships, connections, like trying to collaborate with people that you don't have anything in common with. Like, stop that. Okay? Take what comes into you naturally, that feels right, that makes sense, right? With ease. Like, again, watch it again. You need to watch this more than one time. This is that power that needs to watch it more than one time. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Yep. Where am I gonna put this? Okay. There we go. Expect powerful change. So everything I'm telling you to do, you'll see the changes you want to see, right? Or really good changes. Even if it's not the changes you want to see, it'll be really good, positive changes in your life if you do what I'm telling you to do. Now, the blessings coming in, some of you just shocking blessings, like really shocking, very surprising, very powerful blessings. Okay. Blessings you weren't looking for. That's why we have the energy of not chasing, because some of I feel like for this pile, a lot of the blessings are things you didn't even necessarily know you want until it'll show up. Like when it shows up, you're like, oh, that's what I want. Like, I want this in my life. This is the kind of life I want to live. Because again, some of you don't have the capacity, the range yet to know what you want until it presents itself to you. And that's why you're being asked to have this perspective. But like some of you, the blessing coming in, you don't even know. Like, I can't describe it to you because you, like, even if I tell you, some of you, if I tell you directly, that's why we got like real superficial, like, oh, you're going to get a car and stuff like that. Because if I tell you outright what you're going to get, some of you don't even see it as something you would want, if that makes sense for this pile. And that's very interesting to me. So let me see what Melanin Pop has to say, because I'm intrigued, because it's blessings you don't even realize you want until you get it. That's the best kind if you really think about it. Because you would have never missed it, right? Like, because you would have never realized you were missing it. It's one of those things you don't know until you have it. I love that for this pile. Look at you. Tell me more about my pile number 4. What blessings are coming in for pile 4? Positive surprises, good karma. There was a card that wanted to come out, but it hesitated. Don't hesitate, okay? I'll take this. Look, again, it comes naturally. What is that? Manipulation, control, influence, devious, trick, exploitative, fool. I know that sounds super shadow-like. I promise it's not. On the shadow side, you'll learn to stop trying to control everything, because you'll have more faith, because you'll see things align naturally for you based on instinct, intuition, and being more receptive. You'll stop trying to control everything. Okay, that's a blessing, because when you try to control everything, you burn out. You overexert your energy in ways that it's not necessary, because you're doing too much. You won't be doing too much. But manipulation feels like a divine influence, a divine orchestration. So it feels like your blessing will be like things moving in ways you're like, that's crazy how that happened, right? Like you'll be like, oh, that makes, like, that doesn't, like, you know how in the movies, like there's like synchronicities and coincidences. That's the blessing, is you'll see things being orchestrated around you, and like that was nobody but God, or whatever your religious foundation is, right? Like you're like, that's crazy how that happened. I like that. That's what you'll see. You'll see a lot of that around you. I want it, yeah, for sure. Because alien is unique, misunderstood, unknowns, mystery, intriguing. Again, some of you, the blessing is blessings you're not even, I'm gonna put it here, but I felt, oh, okay, well, I'll pull more. I'll grab those. The blessing is something that I can't even describe to you, because you probably won't see it as a blessing, or it won't even make sense. Okay, like it won't make sense. Okay. Misunderstood, unknowns, mystery, intriguing. Okay. Shocking. And then you've got sweet and sticky, kind, caring, compassionate, loving, physical touch. So sweet and sticky, that's honey, like the sweetness of honey and all of the things. Ice Queen is at the bottom. We do see parrot, which is kind of like a peacock energy, loud, colorful birds. Okay. I'm going to get it a shuffle because I want to get the one more that I was going to shuffle forward, then take the bottom. Give me one more, please. What's the good karma, positive surprises, and blessings for my pile number 4, please? What is coming in for them? I'll take it. I'll take it. Take what comes to you naturally. Don't force it. And like by me wanting one, me trying to force one, I got 3. So it's like you're trying to force one blessing. There's a certain blessing that maybe you're trying to force. You're chasing. And by you releasing and just taking either a version of that comes naturally to you, or just being just receptive to whatever blessings come your way, you'll get like at least 3. I love that for you. So you've got spice things up, exciting, kinks, unusual, mix it up, new things, fantasies. There was another pile. Honestly, it probably was the other red one because I do see red. Welcome to those of you that be picking the red. But I feel like that, like this kinky energy came through before. Okay, it was a while ago, so I don't remember, but I think it did. Okay, and then you got thief, steal, criminal, cheating, ulterior motives. All right. And then you've got ugly sweater, holiday themes, silly, thoughtfulness, and funny. Okay. What is that? Okay, some of you will be shocked to learn. This isn't necessarily it's always a blessing to know when you have certain things going on around you that you don't. Some of you want to learn you got somebody around you that really truly shouldn't be. Someone that may be manipulating you and like getting over on you, possibly stealing. Okay. Now, the blessing is the awareness and the removal of that energy. Okay. You'll learn that. You'll be probably very surprised. Others of you, I don't know some of you in this pile, right? There's something specific, okay? Like something very exciting, but you're going to feel like you like won the jackpot, okay? Some of you will even feel like you got over. I'm not certain that you do or did or whatever, but one of the blessings coming in for you is something that's so good. You're going to be like, ooh, I definitely got over. Like in life, not necessarily on someone specific, because that would not come through as a blessing because you would definitely see that again. But like something about this is like, I got over in life, if that makes sense. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Those of you career, one of the blessings, you'll be able to spend more time with like family for the holidays, like holiday traditions, and like your friends and community. You'll be able to be more involved in that way. Okay. I see specifically because this is like a Christmas theme, and like that's in real time for me, that happened. That was history. Okay. So this could be incoming energy for you all, or whenever timeless message. Some of you, the blessing will be able to like really go out and give community-based energy with the 6 of coins and 3 of coins for the holidays, right? Or the ability to support your family in that way if you historically have not been able to. Okay. There's some sensual energy that I'm not developing, but you get that too in a very fun and playful way. Right? Like some of you will have like a romantic partner that it's going to be very spicy and fun with. That's all I can say. Rags to riches. Ooh, I was just talking about this energy though. Self-made, abundant, rich, full circle, changes, and joy. Some of you, look, that's more holidays energy. So some of you want like a like some of you may be lonely. I get that. I guess I could see that. And you're going to have a family for like, especially around the holidays and such, right? I see that. Okay. But rags to riches, some of you are really going to come up as long as you do what I say here with this energy. But yeah, I mean, I see ultimate glow up financially, professionally, community-based, family, ultimate glow up. So let me pull. I got 2 more decks. I'm closing it out. I have this new deck, this oracle deck. I want to see what it says, and then I will pull from my New Orleans oracle deck where it gives me advice, as well as one final card that says exactly what is coming in. There's a lot of green on my table. Okay. Tell me more. Pile number 4, my cardinal. Green is heart chakra, by the way. And it also is money. So love and money. I love that for you. Family, some things like, honestly, I don't want to lose sight of like all of the little things I mentioned, right? Like it's not little things, but I'm telling you something about the blessing, at least one key blessing, you're going to feel like you got over in life, and you truly, like, it's not something that I can even predict. Okay. So I don't know what it is. You know, if you remember me when it happens, come back and let us know. Okay, or don't come back and let us know. I don't know. But we've got concealment. They're not gonna tell you that you have so many blessings coming in. That, like, I love that. Like there's a specific blessing that is a legit surprise. It is concealed. Now I'm gonna read from the book from this because I do know. I think I kind of remember it coming out in a reading before, and I would like for you to know, because I think this is your personality type as well. It's the blessings that you're not going to get to see ahead, but it's also you. So let me just see what that says. It went straight to the confidence page, which is the page before that. So some of you may lack confidence, need confidence, or something, okay? But it says in the concealment, hold on, okay. You've taught yourself how to be strong, how to be a go-getter, and how to protect yourself. You've conquered obstacles because you know where you stand, and hiding behind a mask can feel safe. When you conceal your true identity and don't let people fully know you, they can't hurt you. The glamorously painted faces, yeah, they got you. Okay, look, what did I just say? What did I just mention? I mentioned confidence, but it says the glamorously, wait, I'm on the wrong page. So something about confidence, because I skipped the whole page. The glamorously painted faces are very appealing and provide a sense of shelter. However, if you keep avoiding connecting on a deeper level, it can leave you feeling vulnerable and alone. Lightning just struck, by the way. It says commit to making choices that are better for your unique essence and purpose. And it says I'm true to myself. So I mentioned like a lonely vibe, right? Like you're gonna get a family if you don't have one, or you'll be closer to family if you historically haven't been. Yeah, but that concealment card definitely is calling those of you that match that energy out. So let me keep pulling. Let me get, I think I pulled 4 in all the other ones. At least that was the goal. So I'll try for 4 here. Give me more energy. Tell me about my final pile, my pile number 4, my red cardinals. Tell me what blessings they have coming in. Unexpected blessings. Hey, look at you. Safe travel. I mentioned like road trips and driving. Okay, some of you, the blessing is simple as you getting that car you need, or that car you want, that dream car. You're going to avoid, because some of you, the blessing is you're going to avoid collision. You're going to avoid like an accident or like breaking down or something like that. Possibly a situation where you should or could. Be sure to deviate like I told you earlier, but safe travel is a huge thing. So if you're taking a road trip, it'll be safe, right? If you're going to travel far, it's going to be safe. There's a card sticking out. I'm going to take it here, but yeah, banish a curse, especially if you fear traveling. Some of you fear traveling. Some of you are afraid of driving. Some of you have trauma, especially if you've been in an accident before. You don't have to be scared of that. You'll clear that. Yeah, that banished curse is also that concealment of hiding yourself and not being vulnerable with people. Okay, so let me get one more. Okay, 2 more. Every time you try to go for something, when you just let it come to you naturally, you'll get extra. Okay, divine guidance, overcome fear. You'll trust your instincts. You'll trust your intuition, right? You'll be a lot more calm and at peace. Love that. I want to see what I feel called to see what safe travel says in the book. So we'll do that. And then I'll see what's at the bottom. Since we had that message, like we have to see what that says, because I kept using that analogy about the driving and all of the things. Okay. So you are on a journey into the unknown. You are in search of a new or expanded understanding of yourself, others, nature, or higher good. This experience opens your mind and lets you see a part of the puzzle you never knew existed. Now, that fits into the blessings that I'm not going to be able to see, right? Like, it's a piece of the puzzle you never knew existed. This card can mean it's time to take a pilgrimage, travel abroad, or an inner journey of... Hold on, wait for it. Where is it? Introspection. This act is of great importance in knowing who you are. Oh Lord, okay. It's that weather and the meanings you are looking for. This card can mean a metaphorical journey into your own beliefs. It might be time to discover the constraints of the limiting thoughts we sometimes impose on ourselves. The Arctic term, a wise and experienced traveler, will guide you towards the shore. Okay, I am ready for this journey. Could be an internal journey, could be a mental journey, a spiritual journey, right? Journey with people, journey with someone, all of the things, okay? Because that's what we've got. Change, right? Change. You have to change, deviate the path. I'm like knocking everything over. At least, hey, it's funny because I knocked the stand and it actually knocked it into focus. So sometimes it's knock something into focus, you will be knocked into focus. Okay. I love that. So let me put it here. I'm going to close this out. Let me close this out. All right. Let me get the card for advice, and then I'm going to get the card for what's coming in. Give me my final advice card for my pile number 4. My final advice card for my pile number 4, my red cardinal, please. What message do they need? Comes to you naturally 2 times. So here's the thing. Don't hold me to this, but as I was just thinking, I've used the cardinal so many times now that this is a series. I'm not saying I'll never use it again, but I'm definitely not going to use it the next time. So I think you may be closing the cycle, and it just hit me like I was just thinking of that. Like, I think the cardinal has been in every single thumbnail so far. So we might retire it, right? Not saying I will, but like right now, I was thinking about that. So you got 2 things of advice that may be relevant to that. Okay. Let me see. Share your gifts. Okay. Share your gifts. I'm trying to focus it. It's fine. But anyway, it says to share your gifts. Okay. It says to share your gifts, and it does say to take a step back. So we this might be our last time seeing that. You got a lot of yellow. Share your gifts, step back. Okay. And I think that combination is literally everything we've talked about. Like, share your gifts, but like don't force it, right? Like, step back, right? Because share your gifts and step back. Letter S could be relevant, but share your gifts, step back. Okay. Like, kind of let them speak for themselves as well. Let me see what the 8 says as our advice here. Okay, because share your gifts is Jackson Square. Okay. It says, show the world what you're working with. Although Jackson Square is a historic landmark, today it is also New Orleans' foremost showcase for people looking to share their creative gifts and natural talents. Whether their specialty is fancy food, artistic masterpieces, or intuitive readings, everyone wants to see and be seen in Jackson Square. You've pulled this card because your creative side is calling for more freedom to be shown out in the world. Creativity doesn't have to be limited to activities like painting or singing. You can write, make jewelry, or create anything that you feel moved to create. There is no need for a ready-made place to share your gifts. The more that you choose to do, the more space the universe will make for you to share. I feel like as I was reading that, I powered through because I could just tell I was talking to people that always get that card. I don't know which piles you picked in previous reading, but I just feel like that card, like as I was reading, I was like, oh, I'm talking to the people that get that card a lot. So I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. If it's still coming out, you're not doing it. So like, share your gifts. But you have stepped back. Oftentimes we get so caught up in the details of what's going on in our lives that we can no longer see things clearly. Just as taking a step back from a picture to see it more clearly can be helpful, it is now necessary to step back from your current situation in order to see what's going on more clearly. By allowing yourself to look at the situation from the outside in, you will be able to take in more of the bigger picture in order to come up with a solution that is not only more solid and in flow, but also more empowering. Everything we talked about, okay? Everything we talked about. So what's coming in? What can you tell us about what's coming in? Because again, this is my ominous old something so big that we're not going to tell you. But a lot of things you've been wanting, a lot of things you've been manifesting, okay? Create your reality. Number 33, that's what's coming in. Everything you've ever wanted, everything, whatever you want, okay? That's the last card on the deck. I think we might retire our Cardinal. Oh, because like I'm telling you, when I was shuffling that, I saw like, maybe this is our last time. Because I mean, it's been back to back. Like I've done this, 3 times now, and the Cardinal's been there every single time. So we're going to retire the Cardinal. And, just like that's the last card on the deck. So let me see. All right, and that's our dragonfly. So it says the dragonfly is about perception, illusion, and transformation in mental energy. You've pulled this card because you've grown stronger in your manifestation skills, and it's necessary to pay attention to where you choose to focus your thoughts and energy. Think about what you want, not about what you don't want. Has a recent situation not been to your liking and led you to focus on what is lacking as opposed to what is abundant? There are often triggers that can tempt us to dwell on what we don't want. But when the dragonfly shows up, it's letting us know that we've grown beyond the thoughts that control us. It's now time to mindfully choose what you will focus on as you move forward with your life. So what I love about this is my pile, again, the red cardinal, because we're probably going to retire this. This is a lesson that's closed. So if you've been red cardinal, especially if I don't remember. It's been a lot of readings and a lot of time. If you've been consistently choosing that pile, you've closed the cycle. So you're going to have a new thing, okay? Or you may already have it if you pick multiple piles. You may have a new thing now. But the cardinal, whatever the lesson was in the cardinal piles, if that's just been your one or consistently in that, is closing. So you're closing that cycle. And I love what's coming for you, okay? So much is coming that you can't even see because we're closing the red cardinal, okay? At least for now, okay? At the bottom, let loose. It's Mardi Gras. I have no idea what's going on because, yeah, there's a little shimmer in all of the things, but these cards are not as shimmery as they seem. The book is fine and it has the same gloss, but for whatever reason, everything else just wouldn't clear. But you know what did clear? Look at that. That let loose cleared. That's the one thing that's coming in. That Mardi Gras on Bourbon Street. It's not as fun as you think it is. But but like I said, but you should let loose. You should let loose. You should have fun. You should enjoy life and all of the things. Yeah, I'm going to close it out. So you got creating your reality, letting loose. 3 may be a very relevant number for you, or maybe you're transitioning to pile 3. I don't remember. I'm not going to lie, I don't remember something about the number 3 because you got 33 and 3. So 333. That's also communication. That's Gemini energy, that 3rd house. So watch those short travels, right? That localized community energy, being effective at communicating, focusing on your intellect, right? All of those things. So that is all I have for you today, pile 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.